45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
So it's not made for skinny white people?
Yeah, is this kind of for you?
Oh my God,
Rhett?
It's just like J-Lo.
I mean, it was.
She's just like J-Lo. She does not look like J-Lo. I hate you.
From the Super Bowl.
Oh my word. From the Super Bowl.
Dan just caused 5,000 eating disorders.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Adjust all the levels. Everything looks pretty good. I have to go to the live feed now, which might cause a little bit of a feedback. All right, got that. And now I got Twitch is ready to go. So boom, here we are. After what? How many shows? Was it just 5 shows or was it?
Yeah, 5.
No, was it?
I wouldn't call it just 5, but it was 5.
So it was Friday. Was it Friday through Monday? Is that what it was?
Monday through Friday.
When was my last time on the air?
Friday.
Last Friday. And then I saw us going all, and I checked in. I tried to check in about almost every day, like anonymously, like not, I think, Lummy, I only made one suggestion over the entire 5 days, which is very, very, I don't know, zen for me.
Yeah, there's times I didn't even think that you were listening.
Well, there were a lot.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean, just because, oh my God, I my routine was usually work on the track till about 9, and then go to bed by 11, and then get up at like 8, and then back on the track as soon as like just a little bit after sunrise, and it's just I just, oh my God!
Aren't you glad you have an indoor job?
Yes, I'm not an outdoor cat. I mean, I can work outside, but boy, working inside really kicks ass compared to working outside.
Yes, it sure does.
Because I work, like 8 straight days outside. And
you're tan.
Am I?
Yeah.
Did I get a little tan?
Great.
It's the niacin.
It's it's probably a little bit of a combination right now.
Hey,
and today is the first day, back on my, regiment, back on my show. When I'm rolling around BRP, I don't take anything
At all?
at all.
Even TT99?
No, well, yes, that's I'm talking about.
Waking up.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Gotcha.
starting your day and then working. I don't take nothing.
Wow.
Like nothing. Nothing. Not even poop pills. Which is
Really?
why I'm a little stopped
Really?
up. Yeah.
You would think you would keep that routine going because it would.
Yeah. I kind of like when I'm up there and I'm on vacation, I kind of like just want to just maybe kind of it's kind of a cleanse too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of a it's kind
cycle
of
off. So
Yeah.
it's more impactful when you cycle back on,
right.
like
Right.
other stuff.
Like today's hitting me hard right now. Because I haven't been on my morning show regiment for, what?
10 days.
Yeah, whatever. So today is like, whoa. My body, it cleanses itself. And I'm a little bit and argue or honestly, I'm a little bit stopped up. I'm a little clogged.
Why?
Well, because I didn't take my
Your
colon
fructose.
my colon blows.
Oh, that kind of clogged. I thought
Yeah.
you meant like nasal.
No,
You sound
no.
congested.
No, I sound congested.
A little
He's
bit.
so constipated, he sounds congested.
No, I think you're being a hypochondriac. So today's my first day back, and including going to the gym. So I went to bed last night like I tried. So here I've been running wild for however many days, and then Sunday, yesterday was just a big try to get on the on ramp into onto my life. Yesterday was a big on ramp onto the highway of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got this big Super 8. Doesn't Atlanta have like an 8-lane highway through both? Doesn't it have like 8 lanes on their highway?
I believe so. Yeah,
Something like
downtown.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LA
So,
does.
DC.
That's my life. That big 8-lane highway. Well, you just can't jump right on the 8-lane highway. You got to have a merge, an on ramp, and then a merge. I'm currently merging right now into my 8-lane highway of life. But I did go to the gym.
That's awesome.
I went to bed early. Went to the gym.
Did you miss the Pro Bowl?
Nobody watches the Pro Bowl.
I had it in the background and I was embarrassed.
Please. I used yesterday. I had to close the business books of January, and then get the business books up to February. And Lummy, Venmo, they can SMID.
Yeah.
Like it's a joke. So I go to the app on our Venmo deal, and it's like if you go to take your money out, we have $215 in there before they shut us down. And so I was like, you go to take it out, and it says, I'm sorry, your account's being reviewed. We'll have an answer for you in 24 hours. Well, that was 2 weeks ago.
Liars.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're not going to have an answer for me. You've blocked me. And what have I done? What have I done wrong? Like, I haven't been arrested for using Venmo in a illegal type way. I'm not sending Venmo across, over to
Ukraine,
over to Iran to help fight
Hamas.
I didn't send a bunch of money to a Hamas Incorporated
Stronghold.
yeah. I mean, the fans that support our program. It's a way, just another app, an easier way to support the program. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all at the Bubba Army. Goes directly to us. Yes, you can do a super deal on YouTube, and Lummy, you can do obviously bits on Twitch, and there's other various places that you can immediately get us money, because this show's a big cult following like Shakedown, and so anyway, Venmo was one of those avenues. It was working out super swell. We loved Venmo, the best, and all of a sudden they give me this, Lummy, it was after Bubba 199 when Venmo blowed up. Like, we had a lot of money in Venmo.
Oh yeah, we had a ton.
And it was after that
Did he get flagged?
that they're like, yeah, like they almost flag you for doing well, right?
Yeah,
like,
clearly.
What if you were a company, Dan? Like, what if you encouraged your people that got services through you to Venmo you? You obviously there's
For a boob job?
Yeah. Venmo me. And now they probably write checks or credit cards or something like that, however they do it. But
There's like 50 different ways. And so Venmo would not be an unreasonable way to do it.
right, if a guy goes, hey, Dan, I know my bill's like $1,600. Can I Venmo it to you?
Yep,
Oh,
sure
no,
can.
Okay, no problem. So it's like we have one real kick-ass day, and then all of a sudden we're in Venmo jail, and they think we're like, some kind of terrorist group for Hamas or something like that. We're just in here trying to sling some good entertainment, Venmo, you bunch of dicks. So I think I'm going to have to get on the air. I'm going to have to get on the phone, Lummy, and get a Venmo person and give them my federal tax ID number, maybe my tax returns or something like that. Or it's just ridiculous. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But I mean, like I said, the reports just keep coming out that they're locking down more Venmo accounts with this whole new tax.
So hold on now. So this isn't just us. Venmo. There's a bunch of stories about people having all kinds of problems with Venmo.
Yeah, I've been trying to.
What's the deal?
I guess they put a new agreement in effect January 18th.
Okay.
And ours got frozen January 19th.
Right. And then what was the new agreement on January 18th? We have a lawyer in here.
Well, I'm trying to read through it, but it looks like if your users do not put what the payment is for, that flags the account. And I was going through some of ours, and a lot of them don't have anything.
Why
listed.
Why?
So if they didn't put gift or like some kind of emoji, they looks like that caused being
so like if
flagged.
you're John Costica and you're sending me $250 and you just put $250, John Costica,
yep,
yo, which is what most people do. Most people don't give us a thumbs up or a smiley face or whatever. It's just they just give it to us, and then we give them a huge shout out or an announcement. If they don't put something,
so if they put like a dagger, a syringe, and a pill, that's fine.
Yeah, that's emoji, because it looks like the last two donations we got,
River to
there
the
was
sea.
no
That's
comments on. Like even Melissa Carpenter gave us on a one, and it said "Go Bucks." That's fine. But the last two we got didn't have anything, and it looks like I would say out of the 10 I looked at, 5 didn't have any. So 50% of the people.
I know,
didn't
but
put anything.
So they just lock you up.
Yep.
They just lock you up because people don't put goofy ass emojis on their memos. Well, you know what? I would have liked to have gotten the memo on this memo.
Right.
Meaning I would like to have gotten, dear Venmo users, please know that as of January 18th, if there's nothing marked in the message section, potentially we can lock up your account. We just want to know what it's for or whatever. And I just everybody put, like a thumbs up or, I could care less.
Yeah.
I could care less what you put in there. You could put in there, go after yourself, fat ass.
Zucchini. But
go after yourself, fat ass. Take this money and buy, as much food as you can and eat as much as you can and die. Die, fat man, die. That's what our message should say. Die, fat man, die. Is that okay?
Yes.
That would be fine. That would be great. Mm-hmm. How about somebody put they didn't like you and they put your message in their Venmo. This is for you to buy a bulletproof vest because I'm going to shoot you tomorrow.
Perfect.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's okay.
That'd even be sweeter.
That's okay. But John Costica, who just says nothing and is trying to be nice,
dangerous.
That's the guy. That's
Flag it.
What a joke.
Fraud.
So let me is this like a Biden deal? Is this like I know the 96,000 additional IRS agents was a Biden deal, which I'm in currently the crosshairs of. God, it's such a racket. I settled my 2018 bill, my IRS bill with this one dude. He was super cool. Well, I guess you get put like in a cold case file or something if you've ever settled. And then there's this little-known law that if your business does significantly better from when you settled, then they have the right to go back and get the balance or the break that they gave you back when they gave you a break.
Yeah,
even though you settled and you were signed, sealed, and delivered, and they're like, yep, you're good, buddy. they have like 10 years that they can go back if your business starts doing good and say, oh, you know what? That's that $110,000 break we gave you when you were making us payments for $7,000 for 2 years or whatever the hell your deal was. I know you've just said I know you've paid that off, and that's great. But we've seen that the last 2 years your business has done pretty good, so we want the balance of the break that we gave you.
Yeah, I didn't think that was possible until I read it.
Yeah,
and it was true. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
You thought it was just Bubba being Bubba.
I was like, there's no way.
Bubba's
They'll
just
settle and then come back and come after you for it.
Yeah.
Yep, they sure do.
And so,
Perks of being the government.
So it's like my person is one of the 96,000 new people that Biden hired, and she is a spark plug. And there's so many other words I could use. Jesus,
generous
God.
way of saying it.
We're so I've come up
built
with
like a spark plug.
I've come up with agreement. I've come up with an agreement with them. We're all ready to we're done. I wouldn't say signed, sealed, and delivered, but we've come up in principle what it's going to be in the whole 9 yards. And then they're sending all this paperwork to my house that says like you have a lien on your property and there's a federal lien on your I'm like I thought we were good. And my God, they're just impossible. Phew. So anyway, listen. Yes, it's somewhat odd to come on the air today. But I heard, I physically heard, meaning I heard it. And I also heard from several of my friends that listen to the show. Let me kind of the inner circle deal.
Of course.
Along with Gooch and Sumo and Larry Plummer, people that listen to the show every day. And they said that Anna did a really good job hosting the show for the most part.
Good job.
And that everybody just kind of jived, and that Seth was funny, and that, it last week was good, for as good as it could be without me. But in some instances, people were saying they liked Anna better than me, and I should just stay away. I saw a few of those.
She's over.
I was like,
Those are just haters.
Now, Anna, that's probably the first time that you've ever had that type of large platform to host for a week.
Yes, a full week. Yeah, I hadn't done that before.
And I don't know that you've hosted like a 4-hour and then after shows and all this kind of stuff.
Just when you were sick with COVID
Right.
several years ago, 3 years ago.
But not for a week.
Not for a week.
And we've added new responsibilities as the host now.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it so you just went through it and nobody else can answer this question except you, because isn't it just mentally by like Wednesday or Thursday you're just mentally
You're toast.
You're done.
You're fried. You're done.
People
I don't want to talk to anybody for the rest of the day.
Like when you found yourself coming home, you're like, because you have to talk about 100% more than you usually have to.
Oh, no doubt.
Usually you're just a chimer inner.
Yeah, and you
know.
have to be fully engaged mentally with the conversation at all times for 4 straight hours, and then plus an after show.
And then engineer it all.
Yes. Be aware of the breaks and the callers, and yeah, it's a lot of
And
moving
what buttons to
plates.
hit and what pot to go with.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, it's just mentally exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
People have no idea how many balls you got. I mean, you're
Juggling all these plates, yeah.
Juggling all these balls. Anna, did we have any Anna? I heard there were 2 Anna overrides.
Yes, 2 Anna overrides.
Do we have those?
There was a J override, which I didn't even know we had.
We created that on Friday. No, we'll get those pulled for you.
Look at Anna. She's instantaneously trying to get me off the Anna override trail and get me onto the J deal. I can see through.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying I didn't even know it was there.
You can't mess with the sensei. You had 2 overrides, and then I guess Jay got a little irritating on Friday, and you guys came up out of nowhere, came up with a J override.
Macho started just pressing this button like crazy.
Oh, I did not mean to do. Damn. Did I just Macho
Yeah,
Man?
I
Did
think
I
we're
just
in
go?
break.
Did I just take us into a break?
Clock's moving. Yeah.
Macho, did I just take us into a break?
The clock is moving, so I think.
I understand the clock is moving. That doesn't necessarily mean we're in a break,
okay.
okay? I heard it the first time.
I think he's
Macho has to let me know, are we in a break right now? Macho, you have to talk to me. Are we in a
he's
break?
coming to his mic.
I was trying to get to next gen fast enough, but I wasn't quick enough.
So we're in a break right now?
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Still hot, Mike.
Is it hot, Mike?
It doesn't say it.
What?
It doesn't say it. Usually it'll say
Well, they have to put it on there. Which I think Macho is scrambling.
Who's that chick?
Just Stella?
Is it just some random hot chick that Bubba was? Or does she matter? I don't even know if she's hot.
She's hot.
You think so?
She's European. She's a better body than J-Lo.
Dude, she's half the weight. She's actually skinny.
Mean weight, cat, 77 months. Cable Dog 66.
Is there too skinny in your book? Or the limit does not exist?
I mean, you know, the pictures of the people at Auschwitz were skinny.
Just a tad.
Yeah, Longwood.
Oh my god.
Couple of net saddlebags, but
Shit, dude.
what did you just say?
I asked.
I can saddlebags. I can only imagine it was Auschwitz.
Oh, Jesus, Dr. Dan.
Think
So
they're
big
almost
bar.
hot.
Auschwitz.
Big Buck, Hooper Lips, Brian from Philly, good morning. George Hoff, Kirk Niver, CC Hall, good morning.
Not slouching. Maybe the camera moved.
Organic Gene, good morning. Oh, yo, Ace Yoko Clemens. Whoops. Skippy. Willbug. This looks Lazaire. So, Oscar Catagas. Steve from Real Dan. Todd Allen. Willbug. Simon.
Am I? Alright, I'll move it around. Okay. Let's see if that works out better. What's up, Nick the gun guy? Nick the gun guy. Thank you, RT.
RT 2778.
What's up, Yinzer?
Yinzer.
It's Leslie, the one that sent us the flowers.
Oh, really?
And all the gifts. Thank you out yourself a
Ginger.
bicycle.
Yes, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Caviar tacos. All in it for caviar. So, Jay Flynn. Iggy. What?
Does look like it's a Biden thing. It's over $600. They start fighting.
Thank you, Mommy's God.
Of course, I'm blaming on Trump, but is that regular Gatorade or is that like spiked Gatorade?
No, it's propellant water. Do you need something? There's soda back there.
Hmm?
There's like soda.
If that cooks. All right, I'm all right. I had my shoulder injected Friday. Just hating this all
Look
week.
at this. You have this one.
No, thank you.
Oh,
My mom drinks that shit.
There's nothing sexy or glamorous about this broadcast.
Just press play.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
One week and I'm already hitting. I'm out a week and I'm already hitting wrong buttons. But sorry. This week's shows. This is going to drive Anna for a little loop and her little always wanting to keep score and schedule things and have things written down.
Oh, yeah.
Mentally make a note or our schedule or general housekeeping or just general whatever. She's going to love this.
Okay.
So we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a regular, this program, with all of these deals distributed in fine cities like Fort Walton Beach, Orlando. We just picked up a new affiliate that starts supposedly March 1st.
Oh, nice.
Jeff from Touch Vodka, he's full of shiz. Oh. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, I know.
That big affiliate that he says, whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty much just need to keep grinding on affiliates the way I do it because, I don't know. I love Jeff from Touch Vodka. I don't know if this is going to get back to him or not, but he really just don't pull my chain and just come on, stop.
He over embellishes things.
Oh God,
a lot.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this program till 10 o'clock. Then today. Will be the exclusive All of Us, including Seth show podcast, available only in our podcasting world, which you can get by going to Spotify, Google Play, Apple, iTunes, iHeart, and even BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Yes.
Then tomorrow, the 4-hour program. And then, today, I forgot. Oh, my God, I almost forgot today. Oh. So after the after show, which we have to be done by noon, I got two Lucas late model drivers going to come in, and we're going to fire it up live on all the live channels, which would be what? Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch.
Yep.
Pretty much is our deal. That's our jam. I'll have Devin Moran and Tyler Erb in here talking some dirt late model racing. Okay, so
cool.
Yeah. So then tomorrow, Clem and Cush after, and then tomorrow Tony Stewart. By the way, the Devin Moran and Tyler Erb. That's going to start around all these two after shows that I'm doing. Lummy, these two after shows that I'm doing.
Yep. Will
both start about 12:30.
Perfect.
Today being Tyler Erb and Devin Moran. Tomorrow being Tony Stewart.
That's cool.
And Ben Shelton from Flow. And then I think Sumo and Bernie from Lucas is going to be in here, Lummy. It's just going to be a big, hangout fest.
Oh, Sumo's coming back?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think Sumo lands today.
Sweet.
Awesome.
He was just here. He's coming back. Can't take Indiana much longer. In the wintertime, man, you start getting cabin fever. It's so cold. So then Wednesday, Lummy, a brief schedule change. Your sports show is we're gonna do a Bubba Breaks with Brian Matroni and Seth and I, where we break open some of these cards. They know all the ins and outs of them and how special they are. I just
blaster packs or whatever.
Yeah, we got blaster packs. We got all kind of deal. So we're going to be breaking these cards, which means we're just going to be taping here in the studio. We tape right behind the bar, and that should take about 15, 20, maybe 25 minutes. And then as soon as we get on taping that, the sports show will start.
Yes, sir.
So those are that's what we're doing to this week as far as shows. And then Thursday and Friday is a best of. That Lummy promises that he's going to have triple checked. So that we don't ever run into the problem that we had back in the day.
Nope.
And I'm working on a flapping gaps.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we're trying to schedule something this week.
That would be perfect.
Yep.
How did the Hadley Seth thing do? I didn't get a chance to hear it.
Yeah, it went well. It was a good interview. He didn't really deep dive too much into the whole swinging lifestyle, but maybe that's for another one.
Oh,
but it was good. It was kind of, it was kind of Seth, kind of catching up with them. It was good.
Right.
A lot of people liked it.
Right. Lummy, are you gonna keep the sports and eventually go to the recap, or are you just gonna stay to the sports?
No, we were talking about it.
Now listen, you don't have to. It's whatever you want.
Yeah, no. Rhett and I talked about doing the recap, especially when it starts getting after football and it starts getting slow. Obviously, this week is the Super Bowl. So we were gonna, focus on the Super Bowl, and then after that, we were talking about doing the recap show.
Isn't this Wednesday? You got like some former NFL or current NFL referee?
Yes, to talk about all the, have him come out and give the truth. He said he will.
Yeah, but I mean, he can't, if he's a current NFL referee, like he can't really blow in the K5. That's really the K5.
Or you can break it down, unlike most people do. I mean, there's not many interviews with refs, so.
No, you're right, but like, it may be beyond him, or it may be like this code of honor as a referee.
Well, from what I understand, when he works for the NFL, he works in the officiating office. Like, he's not just some schlep referee for the NFL.
No, I didn't insinuate that either. I think he's in maybe the management deal, but like I think it goes to Paul Tagliabue. Like I think that's how high the fixing goes.
Oh,
like Paul Tagliabue, tells one dude what he wants or what he would prefer to be, various matchups, and then just that one dude gets a hold of like maybe the head of refereeing. And the head of refereeing then sprinkles it right on down to where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Paul Tagliabue might say, "Hey, listen, you know what? The Niners and the Chiefs, that's huge. Now, if we can't go, we got to get the Chiefs in there because."
Are you meaning Goodell? Goodell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Roger Goodell. Who would I say earlier?
Tagliabue. He's back in the 80s.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's who. Well, before that was Pete Rozelle. Remember? I mean, nobody, boy, that shows you how old if you can remember Pete Rozelle being the commissioner of football, you're old. And I can remember it. I think Pete Rozelle was the very first commissioner of the NFL.
January 1960.
Was he?
Yes, he was.
I mean, after the merger is what I mean.
Yes.
I think they had commissioners clear up until the merger. When was the merger? 1965?
Yes, 1965.
God, drop the mic.
Damn.
Not only can I grade, but I can also go do NFL trivia. Please, bitches. I'm about to get mine. Straight to get mine.
Pete Rozelle.
So Pete Rozelle, Roger Goodell, and now, what's this guy's name?
Paul Tagliabue.
Did you see how much money Paul Tagliabue makes?
You're talking about Goodell.
No, who's
current is Goodell.
Okay. Did you see how much Goodell makes?
Yeah, he makes like $50 million a year, doesn't he?
Like $70 million a year, and then he gets like 22 private. He gets the jet like 22 different times on straight private deal, right? And then he gets it's just so much money that he makes.
It's a gangster contract.
And then he's got like a golden parachute of like if something would happen and they want to get rid of him for whatever reason. He's got like a $60 or $80 million golden parachute. How cool would that be if your job paid you $70 million? You got to use the private jet, that's owned by the NFL at least 22 times. I wouldn't even know how to use a jet. I don't have 22 places I need to go to.
I'd figure it out.
Listen, if you had a jet for 22 times, you bet you would. If it was just like, hey, Dan, I got 2 more trips on my jet. It's the middle of December. You want to fly up to Atlanta for lunch? Just to use it just so that you don't leave any on the table, any scraps on the table.
I'd be let's go to Ibiza for a Bobby Jones,
Sure,
instead
whatever.
of just lunch.
I mean, if we're making $70 million,
right.
Who's gonna leave it to my dumb redneck ass to say I want to go to Atlanta for breakfast?
Anywhere else, just go to Atlanta.
Yeah. I want to go to Atlanta for breakfast. Dan wants to go to the Fiji and have one of those. Dan wants to go to Fiji and have one of those cabanas that are like $15,000 a night, where you walk out and it's like surrounded. You're in like
on the water.
The bottom of your entire hut is like glass.
Yes.
Where you can see the sharks, and then you go out into this like patio that you can jump off the dock and go into the ocean, or it has its own infinity pool, and it's got like its own chef. and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. It's Paul Tagliabue.
Why
is
you
the
hung
old?
up on Paul Tagliabue?
No, hold on. I was wondering what Paul Tagliabue made at his highest.
Oh, nowhere near that.
And I think the reason why Roger Goodell has made so much money is because he has absolutely taken the hunk of butter and of the NFL and spread it so thin on that bread that he's got distribution deals with, I think, anybody anybody that has any type of audience. He's squeezing some money out of Fox. I mean, what I can't think of anything other than a catastrophic, news event that especially sport. Let's narrow that down to sport. Think of somebody tell me right now of any sport that has every network and almost every streaming service on board as a partner, paying hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars for distribution rights.
Not even the Olympics does it.
No, not even the Olympics is like NBC, like one network gets them.
Yeah.
But so if you look at NFL, Fox, Fox probably has the biggest deal. CBS, NBC, ABC, which is ESPN, right, Lummy?
Yes.
Does Netflix got anything with them?
No, but they should.
YouTube.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
The NFL Network, which is streaming, right?
Yes, it is.
Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime.
Right.
That's 7. Amazon Prime. And can you think of it? I mean, I think that's
That's it. And then the
Peacock.
8th is that's NBC.
Peacock.
That's NBC.
But still, it's another thing.
Well, yeah.
You have to buy Peacock to get some of those games.
I know Peacock's got some good stuff on it, though. Isn't that where they're going to put? Now, are they ever going to come up with a new Yellowstone, or are they just going to sit here with our penises in our hands?
I think it's projected now 2025. I'll look.
Oh, wow.
I sent you how much each TV contract is worth.
You won't even be alive still.
Who won't be?
Costner.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm kind of over Costner.
It's going to be like Remember we kept trying to get God, what was the name of that movie or the series with not Goodfellas,
Sopranos.
Yeah, remember they kept saying we're going to do another season. We're going to do another season. Then suddenly people started dying.
If you scroll a little further down, Bubba, it tells you right there.
Right here.
Yep.
All right. So the NFL currently has, listen, this is why Roger Goodell makes $70 million, has the personal jet 22 times, and a $100 million golden parachute. Listen to these are the, and at the end of the day, obviously, Danny probably has a bunch of really, smart Dans in there that are putting these deals together, but he's still the president and gets credit for it, right? Exactly. ABC, ESPN, and Disney, the contract terms 11 years. Now, that's annual.
Yeah.
So, Dan, he signed an 11-year deal at $2.7 billion a year.
What a gangster.
And then, so YouTube and Google, he signed what looks to be a 6-year deal for $2 billion a year. The NFL Network, I would say their contract runs forever because it's like it's
theirs.
If the NFL Network's not around, the NFL's not around. Anyway, he charges the NFL Network $1.3 billion. So they got to pay back into the kitty, right?
Jeez.
Fox has a 10-year deal, $2.2 billion. CBS Paramount Global has a 10-year deal, $2.1 billion. NBC Comcast has a 10-year deal at $2 billion. Amazon, which just gets Thursdays only, they have a 10-year deal, $1 billion. And Westwood One Radio, Lummy, they have a deal that looks like it expires. It expired, and they haven't cut a new one yet.
Yeah, for this year, yeah.
So if you were to do, Lummy, can you do these? Lummy, do you think you can do these numbers?
I hope so.
So you're going to have to do the numbers and then write it down, okay?
Okay.
We're going to have to add them all together, okay?
All right.
Can you do this?
Yes.
Okay. I had some people hollering for Anna to get the belt too. So this, if you mess this up, maybe I'll put the belt on her because there was some chatter about that.
Oh.
So let me do 2.7. No, I wouldn't do this with. I would do this with your calculator.
I have it up.
Okay, yeah.
But I was going to write them down too.
2.7 times 10. I'm sorry, times 11. 2.7 times 11.
All right.
What is
29.7 billion.
Just write that down.
Okay.
All right, now 6 times, put 12 billion. 12 billion. And then, Dan, since it seems like the common denominator is 10 years here, we'll put the NFL Network at a 10-year deal, but put 1.3 billion times 10. So what is that? 13 billion. Fox has a 10-year deal at 2.2 billion. So 2.2 times 10. 22 billion. Write that down.
Yep.
Then 2.1, so 21 billion. And then NBC has a 10-year. That's 20 billion. Amazon has an 11-year. So what's 11 times? That's 11 billion.
Yes.
And so just add those numbers.
It's like $125 billion.
Well, I know, but I wanted him to add it. Okay, buddy. Not everybody's as smart as you are. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, Dr. Wizard.
Some of us have to
use a calculator.
Now we have to add these numbers together to know what that is. You're not, we can't count cards like you can, buddy. We can't convert millimeters to centimeters like you can.
128.7 billion.
Sorry, Dan.
Millimeters to centimeters.
Yeah, whatever. We can't do any of that. Dan, you could.
I think we can.
No, I can't. Lemmy, if I said, Lemmy, how many millimeters is 15 centimeters?
15,000? I don't know.
What?
I
don't know.
No, you're not.
Dan, but Dan, if I ask Dan, what's that? What is it, Dan?
It's 150.
Exactly. See? Lemmy, you and I don't have that capability.
Nope.
When they were teaching us the metric system in the 3rd and 4th grade, you and I were picking our noses and putting them underneath the table.
Look at
boogers.
sports, yep.
Listen, is there any of Anna may not have, but from Macho Man to Rhett to just every dude, didn't you at one time pick your nose, get a booger out, and put it under the table?
Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes. In fact, I knew at Madison Elementary, there was this old timer that literally in the summer months, he took every table and would have to scrape the boogers off of it with a putty knife and then then disinfect the whole entire, they would spray the underneath of the table down with some, big time disinfect it. Then he'd get the boogers a little wet, but disinfect it. Then he'd take the putty knife and scrape all the boogers.
That wasn't gum, that was boogers?
Yes. There was gum and boogers. Ugh. And then Lummy would retreat that area with a disinfectant and then take like an SOS pad or something
and scrape
and just, wash it. Because those tables were always kind of laminate. They always had like a coating on, like a Formica coating on it.
Yeah.
So you could do that. Yeah, for real. Anna, did you ever put a booger underneath the table?
No.
Dan?
Of course.
Yeah. Lummy?
Yes.
Yes. Rhett?
Yes.
Mach?
No comment.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He still does it.
Even his boogers got muscles.
Yeah.
I wonder, I'm looking I'm feeling underneath my console now. There's obviously no boogers because I've not ever put any boogers, under my console. I wonder at what age do you stop putting boogers underneath the table?
Does it ever end?
Yeah.
Ew, Dan.
Yes, Dan.
Oh, okay.
What? Hold on. You're saying
I don't want to check under Dan's desk right now.
Don't check under
Dan,
this.
do you don't have any boogers underneath
There
your
might be.
desk, do you? For real? That's disgusting. Ew. The most prim and proper that lives in the biggest house that drives a Ferrari still puts boogers underneath the table?
There's some bumps underneath this table. I don't know if it was me. Somebody's done it.
No way.
Yeah. It's not smooth.
It's not?
No, it's not. It feels like a person with bad skin.
Lummy, do you want to feel underneath yours?
I'm feeling underneath mine. I was nervous.
Mine's
Nope,
smooth.
it's clean. Yeah, mine's smooth.
Mine's not. I think it's probably Brian.
Brian doesn't put boogers. He's a
nerd.
Yeah, nerds don't even pick poop. Like at least,
Yeah, they eat 'em.
at least
Ew.
you'll pick a booger and flick it. But a nerd doesn't probably even pick a booger.
No.
They just leave them in there. They just walk around with a dirty nose.
Yeah,
and
well, no,
dirty
they wait.
ass.
They wait till they get the proper
That's
tissue. They wait
nasty.
till they get the proper tissue.
Come on, they're always blowing
And then
their
they
nose.
blow it out and things like that.
So much fun.
Supposedly, French has been deemed the world's sexiest accent.
Yes.
But here's the deal: if you don't know what they're saying to you, isn't some good old fashioned, bend me over the table and nasty, naughty talk, American naughty talk? Wouldn't we find that the sexiest?
Well, one of the things that makes France so sexy is that the girls there were always considered kind of loose. During World War II, they effed everybody. So
They did.
oh yeah, the Russians, the Germans, everybody.
The Jews?
Americans.
Not the Jews.
Not the Jews. The Russians, the Germans, and
The poor Jews.
Americans.
Hold on, the poor Jews didn't get any
No,
French ass.
No, zero.
Poor
Yeah,
Jews.
they didn't get any.
And so the girls would just like, is it
Whoever
just,
was there.
is it still that way? Like what country is
They're
it?
more sexually liberated. I would say them, Germany, and also Sweden. Those girls are pretty free.
Somebody said, my buddy Big Mike Tidwell, when he used to do plane ferrying, he would take planes across the Atlantic for Cessna and Piper and these real rich dudes that bought him a new plane, like a twin engine, 414 or something like that.
You fly to Europe.
He would fly it to Europe, and they would actually have to take all the seats out, and have to ship the seats to the new owner because they needed fuel tanks in order to be able to the distances. So he would be flying, like this 172 Lummy or like this Piper or like this 414, and there would be no back seats in it, and it would all be gas tanks. And then he always had to fly with a wetsuit on and an e-burp system.
Because he was over the ocean?
Yes, because he was over the ocean for, a certain amount of time in a very, very small plane that's not made to be over the ocean for that long a time. And so he would stop in Iceland. That was one of his, Dan, he would go from, he'd pick the plane up like in Kansas or Oklahoma, wherever Piper or, Cessna is. Or he'd pick up a used plane and he'd fly all the way to Maine and then get some gas and then fly from there to Iceland. That was one of his points. And he said the women from Iceland, the culture is completely opposite of what most cultures are, and that is the man is the aggressor and the woman, she's kind of the sought after. She's the she's the prize. Well, supposedly in Iceland, girls are kind of the ones that are on the hunt. Just like the society has it so that the girls are the ones that ask the dudes if they want to blast.
Didn't we
it's
look
like
it up?
Florida State.
Didn't we? Yeah. Didn't we look it up where the sex ratio is all wonky over there? Like there's way more men than women.
No, it's opposite. There's
It's 1-to-1 now.
it's 1-to-1 now, but
I mean,
it was
a lot more women than men.
It was like 1.3 or 4 to 1, which makes you think that 0.2 or 3
Makes a
doesn't-
huge difference.
but it makes a huge difference when you're talking about 7 or 8 million people,
Right.
and so you have that many more chicks. Now, they've since leveled it out.
Yeah, it looks like it's a lot of men have been moving there the last couple years.
Hey.
Yeah, trying to get some ass.
But it says, I guess, 80% of Icelandic women work. It's
What's the percentage of U.S. women that work?
that's a good question.
Not 80.
Not 80.
You don't think so?
Oh, God, no.
I'll ask Alexa. Hey, Alexa, what's the percentage of U.S. American women that work?
57.4% of women in the United States participate in the workforce.
There you go.
They hold
Really?
50.4% of all
right,
jobs in the
thanks.
country.
Stop. Shut up. So 57% of women work in America, and 80% of women work in Iceland. What does that? I mean, what is that? How does that correlate to them? Being
It's more like, quote, egalitarian society. Same with the other Scandinavian countries.
Women want equality, then they need to work.
well, and they need to equally be as horny as we are, and equally want sex as much as we do. Hey, you want to be treated equal? Well, I'm horny.
Bend.
No, Dan, I wasn't going to say bend over.
Oh.
That's what Dan was going to say.
Hey, Alexa, Are Icelandic women more aggressive than regular women?
Icelandic women are on average 5 feet 6 inches tall. Aggression is a subjective trait, and it is not possible to make a definitive statement about the aggression level of Icelandic women without considering factors such as cultural norms, upbringing, and personal experiences.
They're strong bitches.
Sexually aggressive? Maybe
Yeah, here we
you can
go.
ask that question.
Hey, Alexa, do Icelandic women like sex more than regular women?
Hello.
Doo-doo.
Let me be.
It looks like this is according to 2019. Icelandic women is one of the most sexually liberated societies on the planet.
Yeah. So what's that mean? Most sexually liberated on like they like to get laid and they don't mind asking for it.
Yeah, I have a friend in Germany, and she kind of explained it this way to me. She said that the Americans have this idea of romantic love that's kind of more of a Disney fairy tale than the rest of
Kind of a
the
Camelot,
West.
yippee-yo
So it's not
kinda
like there's more infidelity in Europe than there is in the States. It's just more of it's more hidden. So it's like,
So it's
I'm
more
faithful to you, you're faithful to me. Meanwhile, everyone is cheating on everyone. Whereas in Europe, people understand that you're likely to stray at some
Right.
point in your relationship, and the only thing that matters is who you come home to.
So like we're like Little House on the Prairie, and they're
But it's just a front because a lot of people are unfaithful in the States.
They're just more transparent about being with multiple partners.
They understand
than locking
it's
down and being
likely
Johnny
to happen.
Commitment Willie when
Correct.
Johnny Commitment Willie's screwing around anyway.
Right.
I like that.
So
I like that mentality. Anyway, this particular article says, "Are you speaking my language? World's sexiest accent revealed. It's a stunner." Well, it goes on to be French, and then it goes on to be French.
I already said that.
It goes on to be French.
I already said that.
It goes on to be French. Literally, it goes on to be French. Literally, it goes on to be French. It goes on.
Oh.
So I just typed in French-speaking woman. Let's see what's so. Let's see what's so.
Convaincre l'envie c'est de grandir et donc je trouve que c'est beau d'avoir ça.
Oh yeah, when you put the music behind it.
Je suis pas exactement le personnage non plus.
I want some hot chick from America saying, F me.
That.
Did you know that French speakers use different facial expressions than English speakers? Here's how to speak French using only expressions and gestures. Step 1, lift your eyebrows. Step 2, widen your eyes. Step 3, pucker your lips. Step 4, raise your shoulders.
Is this bitch for real?
Put that all together while making a ba or an sound. Ba way. Did you know that French speakers...
But I found a different poll, and it says Italians have a...
No, in this article that I got, it said it just French
Beat out Italian.
Yeah, just beat out
My daughter
Italy.
speaks French. And there's one word she only says in French, and that is merci, thank you. And she does this really funny thing where if I give her her Cheerios
Thanks, Karen.
or her water or anything, she'll say, oh, merci. And then if I don't say you're welcome right away, she'll say, merci, merci. Sometimes.
Lily, for your surprise showcase, please break.
Du coup, non mais.
En mode.
Genre.
Bref. En fait.
Oh là là.
Oh là là.
Grave.
Ouais.
En vrai. Je sais pas. Bon, ciao, ciao. Bisous, bisous.
Oh.
Du coup.
Silly.
What, let me?
Oh, Stephen, je voulais te dire autre chose. Quoi, alors? Je t'aime. Au revoir.
I'd rather have me an Alabama bitch, like real.
Oh, yeah, that
like,
real Southern?
Yeah, like what you fixing to do?
Baby.
What you fixing to do? Come over here and give me some, some of that kind of
Oh, you want
borderline,
Cajun? You want
yeah,
Louisiana Cajun?
Cajun bayou,
Do some
That's
Italian
kinda
women up
French.
there. See if that makes you more excited.
or like kind of maybe a little bit of a California fry, maybe.
You like that?
A little bit in a sexual connotation, not like talking about dinner reservations, but talking about, just straight blasting.
Right.
A California fry might be kind of cool on a straight blasting, like.
Nothing a bit lazy.
Are you gonna F me? Are you gonna F me? Yeah. I mean, I couldn't understand any of that French stuff, right? I mean, can any of us? Do any of us know French?
No. Dr. Dan?
Nope.
Dan, that's one thing that I think that maybe perhaps your education level doesn't necessarily reflect. I think you can only speak one language. A lot of people. The
language of love.
Well, a lot of people with IQs your level usually can speak a couple different languages.
Yeah, I'm not wired that way.
No,
I'm not
Elon.
wired for that.
I think you haven't tried. I think you
No, I
could.
have.
You have?
I have. I'm just not wired that way. My auditory memory sucks. I can't.
Can't Elon Musk speak like 3 different languages?
Probably.
Something like that.
You could probably speak Afrikaans, English, and that's probably it.
So, Dan, you're
Yiddish.
saying, you're wired.
He's not Jewish.
Yiddish, Carney. Hey, let me. I know 3 languages.
Oh, yeah?
English,
He's not Jewish.
Carney, and op.
Op talk? All right.
Nobody knows op. Nobody knows. I mean, like, people that listen to the show probably know op, but I guarantee you Anna didn't know op.
No.
I told her to bop, bop, oh, wop, moppy.
I can pretty much deduce what you're saying, maybe.
You think, what did I say?
Oh,
okay,
Jomi,
but
with a different rhymes with
bop job, like a bop job.
Yeah, bop job.
Yeah.
No,
I really don't want a bop job from you.
I
was just
understand.
trying to be extra
trying to
dirty.
Just test me.
I was trying to be extra dirty to see if you really do know op. So I think you do know op.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't.
I can't really speak it, but I can understand it.
How about Kiz Arnizzi? Like if I said, his a diz and Liz that's giz to Liz lunch to diz a is after is out and 3 is E 3 is early.
Okay. I should be done by then.
Good. Do you know what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Anna?
Can I say it? Something about lunch at 3:30 or something?
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let me. She does. I mean, she.
I
can't speak, but I can understand it.
She knows.
She definitely couldn't understand Hogan when he did his card.
There's 3 languages in my life. Myself, English, Carney, and op. Well, then there's a whole Bubba world too. It'll be like,
true.
Man, look at that Fernie Dirty. That chick's got some silky milkies, and K5. Let me K5. K5 that deal, kid.
K5 it.
So we kind of have our own little slang. That's what I would call it, right? Slang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have our own slang within our world. Let me go to words. That's why I'll be super responsible, and we'll get into that. We have a major immigration problem.
Oh yes.
Oh, you think?
And here's the thing, it's happening, and it's going to continue to happen until the next president comes. And if the next president is this guy here, well, then it's going to keep happening. And I don't know that this might be the end of our country. Letting everybody from another place that sucks in to make our place suck even worse when we're on just absolute hanging by a thread on sucking so bad that the wheels have almost come off our society. Like our society is damn near, we're in bad shape. We're in really bad shape.
No doubt. And especially if they're coming from countries that are adversarial with the United States, I find that to be even more of a red flag.
And here's the deal, man. Just financially, us as a company, us as a country, and the people we're supporting and the people that we're not supporting and the money that we're given and the money that we're not giving and the assets that we're unfreezing and allowing other countries. We're soft. We're very soft. And we're giving out a lot of money to bad people, and we're letting a lot of bad people in our country. Mm-hmm. And so that's a recipe for this. Out of everything that I could probably, right now, objectively, take off your red or blue cap and objectively tell me one asset of our country's health report, so to speak, that we're just killing it.
We're increasing the number of people in the country. And so every country is a pyramid scam, and it requires for social support more people coming into the country, so that the old people can be supported by the larger group of younger people. And that is what we're doing here. We're creating.
But hold on,
we're adding more and more people.
But we're adding people at the expense of our existing people, and we're giving these new people money and opportunities. And these new people are absolutely stretching all of our social and all of our systems to the max. We don't have a place to put these people. These people are getting free money from our government. Like, it's a recipe for disaster. Yes, we're bringing in more, but we're not.
Those people have to be paying into the system. That supporting.
If they brought in 3,000 Mexicans tomorrow, and all 3,000 got signed up and went on to
paying taxes,
and went on, had a Social Security card, and paid into the IRS, and paid their fair tax of whatever code tax bracket they may be in, that's great. That's what we want. But all these people that are coming in now, China,
that scares me.
And 60 Minutes did a big piece on it. I'd like to cover it next. So we'll cover that next. All right, perfect.
Quite simply, you're listening to pure filth. And he's damn proud of it. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
White guy, South African. They're all Jews.
No, they're not. A lot of them from the Netherlands. Dutch.
He's
the
from
Boers, my dad. I mean, it doesn't say anything about him being Jewish. And I've looked it up before because I too had that same question. It's from Pretoria. Pretoria, excuse me. I think that's where Oscar Pistorius is. He's out of prison now.
Hey, how much do you like Brett Favre?
He's Jewish.
How much do you really like Brett Favre?
Joshua Haldeman.
Fully functional. Only one ever.
His grandfather's maternal grandfather, Joshua Haldeman.
It's sitting in like a sports shop.
What is it?
Here, I'll show you. I can send you a picture. From what I understand, this is either the only one, or it's like a prototype, and they didn't get mass produced.
About him being Jewish.
It's because he's described it. But
Sitting in the back of a sports shop, fully functional. It's a Brett Favre Mountain Dew.
But this is the
Elon Musk's grandfather held technocratic anti-Semitic beliefs.
That's pretty wild.
That's the Titusville thing.
Was a raging racist and anti-Semite.
They talk about his
If you need anything, you good.
Yeah, his maternal.
His maternal.
Joshua Haldeman, the guy that we think may be a Jew, was a raging racist and anti-Semite. I don't know anything about him, so by the way, I mean, it is possible that he's not a Jew, Dan. I'm sorry. You can't blame this one on us.
I'm blaming it on you. I like Elon Musk.
Me too. Does this make you like him less or more?
Well, if he's Jewish,
If he's not.
I don't care. It's irrelevant whether or not I like him. I just still think he is.
No evidence suggesting that he is. He's a Boer. Dutch ancestry. Oh.
This is until April, Lummy.
Huh? Lummy's not here. languages have you tried to learn? Spanish, I imagine.
Italian, Spanish. Couldn't do the other one. I learned Latin. There's words of Latin, but it's all written. The auditory part I didn't do. Just memoir. Quicker ticker.
Are they making lean?
Hmm?
Are they making lean? Like what the rappers drink? Because those are all the ingredients of lean in the styrofoam cup. Promethazine, codeine, I mean Sprite, and like a Jolly Rancher.
Do you want a water, Doctor?
No, but
Doesn't drink water.
Oh no, it's he needed. He said he needed something. Mike Campbell, Global. That's Larry D.
my tumblr's all messed up. Monty, 1973. One.
Oh.
This is He's such a douchebag.
Who?
Oh, I thought that was Pete Davidson. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's always the movies.
Is that Monty?
Felix.
Is that Felix Scott?
Revolution. Oh. Your ears are in for some severe blunt force trauma. Bubba the Love Sponge. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I don't know that we have had it. Well, let me see to this. Oh, hold on. Yes, Kevin Jordan, Lummy, on PayPal. Thank you.
Grouper Lips. Nice.
Oh, Grouper Lips. Is that Grouper Lips?
Yeah.
I saw him at my track for a brief moment. Him and Little Wilbur and Big Buck swung on by one day, and then we met for breakfast at Northgate Diner.
Cute.
With them. So thank you very much. Great seeing him. Buck's the soul of the earth. Little Wilbur's such a great guy.
Yeah. He really is.
Mrs. Buck is cool. Grouper Lips always looks nervous when I'm around him. Have you seen? He's Johnny Jeep guy. Have you seen his Jeep? Oh yeah,
his Jeep's badass.
Yeah. And then I think he makes like a certain customization piece that a lot of Jeep people use. I think he actually manufactures. I think that might be how he makes a living.
I believe so.
Yeah, he builds accessories for Jeep people.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, Jeep's badass.
Stevie B, our boss man over at JVC, asked us to promote this, so we'll be slinging this a little bit. It's the Leesburg Bike Fest. Friday, they got the low cash.
Oh, wait.
What?
Can't talk about that till 9. Why?
Can I ask you a question,
yes.
buddy? Did you tell, when you handed this piece of paper to me, when you handed this piece of paper to me, did you say that?
Yes, I said we can't do it till later with the email. When Vet was up there. I'm not, Bubba, because it was even in the email.
No,
I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter if it's in the email. I don't read the emails. I just know that I said, let me print this out for me.
Yeah. I said, but when I handed it, I said, it's for later. I'm sorry.
You did not say that. Brett, I want you to be honest. Brett, and don't Laverne and Shirley me like you two guys are two peas in the pod. Did he when he handed this to me, did he say don't talk about this till after 9?
That's not exactly what he said, but I do remember him mentioning that we couldn't cover it till later. I'm sorry.
That's why I was hiding underneath your daily planner. I'm sorry. I should have made it more clear.
Yeah, it probably should have been a little more black and white, I will say.
That is my fault.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm sorry.
No, whatever. I was just trying to give him a big high spot, and then now my enthusiasm with it, it's not nearly as what it was. Oh, damn it. So I'm gonna cover. Hold on, but I'm not gonna.
COVID-19 vaccines changed too.
See, all right. So I'm gonna cover this. The 60 Minutes did a big thing about Chinese immigration last night, and I watched the majority of it, and it's brilliant. It's like, oh my God, I don't think any of us Americans really know what's happening on our immigration lines. And specifically, it's like these Chinese people, 7,000 Chinese people, like in the 2 or 3 days that 60 Minutes were there were 7,000 Chinese people come through this one little open gate, this little broken part of the wall that we have. I think it said east of San Diego. And so it's a big, this Chinese immigration as a whole is bad, but it seems it was never a lot of Chinese people that were coming into our country. It was mostly from the
Central South America.
Yeah, Central South America and Mexico, where people were. Those were the people that were coming into our country. Well, now there's this huge influx of Chinese people.
You haven't been to L.A. in the last 50 years?
No.
It's loaded with Asian people.
Okay, well, they're coming in at an alarming rate, and 60 Minutes did this thing on it, and I was going to cover it, right? Yeah. Well, as I was getting ready to watch it, this Pfizer commercial kept coming up, and I'm like, those sneaky little bastards are trying to get another one in on us, but once you pause or pre-roll, it doesn't allow you to rewind it. So I have to keep refreshing it because I want Dan to see it. Dan, this is a particular pre-roll that I'd like to see you. I'd like to get your opinion on the propaganda that they just won't let it go. Okay. I'd have more appreciation for Moderna and Pfizer and whoever's participating in these vaccinations that, in my opinion, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the road, somebody's going to come up with some kind of hard data that shows that all these vaccines, and this is just strictly my opinion, were causing cardiac.
Uh-oh.
Who's that?
Sounds like someone needs some Pfizer in their life.
That was me. I hit my cough button.
I know, but when you cough as powerful as you do, it's picked up by all.
I'm sorry. He's a powerful man.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
So I'd have more respect if they would say, listen, we're going to start winding this down, not trying to bug you with it. Everybody's build up, herd immunity is the best type of immunity. This isn't nearly the event that it used to be. We're not going to keep, but they just keep pushing and vaxing and putting more antibiotics and more stuff in your body. I mean, Dan, when they vaccinate you, they're putting a bunch of stuff in your body, aren't they?
Yes, a bunch of stuff.
A bunch of,
stuff.
Yeah, like medicine.
We don't know what it does.
There's
just random stuff. There's all kinds of things in vaccines that we don't take into account.
Right.
It's not just the mRNA.
I guarantee you.
They got some filler.
They got some filler.
Now listen, I have to go now on it and continue to refresh it until the Pfizer pre-roll comes up.
Bastards. Now you're going to Amazon?
Yeah.
Going to get some poppy?
No, here we go. Let's see if as soon as the Pfizer pops up, I'm going to have to pause it. There it is.
Oh.
Okay, where
Bastards.
Where I pause it. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here we go.
Okay, cool.
Dan, here's the latest Pfizer stuff, okay? Here we go. Volume up.
You got this.
Here we go.
We change with them. What we wear, what we eat, where we go. Something else that keeps changing is the virus that causes COVID-19. And so COVID-19 vaccines change too. Getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot is one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. And these vaccines train your immune system to recognize and help fight recent variants.
And they'll give you a heart attack in 6 years, but we don't know that
eat
yet.
some vegetables and
Learn
just
more about a vaccine option and book
healthier.
at schedulecovidvax.com.
Hold on. ScheduleCovidVax.com. I guarantee you go there, Lummy, and it'll pinpoint where you are geographically and say this one here. Or do you want to make an appointment? And do you have to pay for them now?
I was just about to ask that.
I believe you have to pay for them now.
Please.
Nobody's going to get this. Good. Pfizer, you're going to finally lose some of that money you made off of us, you son of a bitches.
You by Pfizer.
So hold on here.
The number
So this is the actual story I wanted to get into, but I was enamored by the fact that Pfizer they're just building vaccine after vaccine, and who are the suckers? Are there people out there that literally had dinner last night, Dan, and said, "Hey, Carol, we have to get the latest Pfizer
booster.
COVID boosters out. I saw it on 60 Minutes last night.
Let's go. Let's schedule appointments.
We need to schedule.
Yes.
I mean, there's a certain amount of Brian Petronis out there, aren't there?
Oh, there are. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, listen, the government says get it, so we got to get it.
And, they don't have to wait 6 years for these safety signals. I mean, they've got 3 years of data that shows all kinds of adverse reactions that have eclipsed all vaccines up to date. Just the adverse reactions of the last 3 years are higher than all the vaccines put together for the last 50 years. But we're ignoring it. So it doesn't matter that it's there.
And you might
it
get canceled
matter.
for even bringing out that data, my friend.
It doesn't matter. No one's paying attention to it. No one cares. They're not going to highlight it. They don't care.
Okay.
It's,
So not only does
day,
America not care about that, but they don't care about this either. This Chinese invasion, this immigrant invasion that we have, that is literally, we're just letting any Tom, Dick, and Harry is allowed to come into our country, and we will give you money and relocate you, even though you're an illegal immigrant. We will shut down. I just saw a report on TuckerCarlson.com where they'd infiltrated the Chicago police lobby, and there was like 500, immigrants in the Chicago police lobby because the city of Chicago had nowhere to put these immigrants that are flying into O'Hare. And so, but nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the effects that all the times that they've stabbed you with all these vaccines that were just quickly fast-tracked through the American, FDA system, when most drugs have, 7 to 11 years worth of trials before they will even go.
Between 8 and 9 years to go through the FDA.
Before they'll even go to market?
Yeah, well, they bought the vaccines before they were in market. They bought the vaccines in bulk, and so they had to approve it because they already paid for it. Billions and billions and billions of dollars worth. So there's no question in the world the vaccine was going to get approved because they had already spent all their money on it.
But how much research do they have on it?
They have a lot of research. They're just not sharing it.
migrants arriving at the southern border is unprecedented. Last year, U.S. Customs and Border Protection recorded 2.5 million instances of detaining or turning away people attempting to cross into the United States from Mexico. So what's the fastest growing group among them? Chinese migrants. Yes, you heard that right, Chinese.
Isn't it pretty cool over in China or no?
I mean, if you like communism, living in dirt.
Depends who you are, but
it's pollution.
Saw large groups, including many from the middle class.
I mean, like in China, Anna, could you go to a strip club and see a chick and
maybe, but you can't go on Facebook.
Oh,
banned.
Class come through a
They don't have Facebook access. Doesn't the government regulate what internet you can get?
It is a heavy surveillance state.
Yeah, I went out of there. I'm out.
You have a social credit score.
I've already been in trouble with surveillance.
Foot gap at the end of a border fence 60 miles east of San Diego. The illegal entryway is in.
And here's the deal, Dan. If I'm in charge of Homeland Security, I'm the president of Homeland Security, and I watch this 60 Minutes piece, don't you get on the phone with your Homeland Security construction willies and say, hey, go find that hole and fix it. 60 Minutes just showed there's a big ass hole. Go fix it. And Johnny and Fred go down there with their truck and some concrete, a Big Red and Travis let me go down there. Iggy with their high vis, U.S. Homeland Security construction shirts on and hard helmets. They look at it for 2 or 3 days and they finally fix it.
But we're living in a bizarro world, and so things like that aren't happening. It would make sense, during the previous administration, there was an attempt to secure the border, and then as soon as this administration came into power, they stopped all border wall repairs. They stopped all border wall construction. They're taking down any kind of barbed wire or razor wire that's protecting any kind of border. They're doing everything they can to undermine.
Well, they're taking the barbed wire
integrity.
downfield. They might cut somebody and
No, there's Texas secured some of their border with razor wire, and the federal government successfully sued them, forcing them to take it down.
Sued them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then they're like, okay, you got to take your razor wire down.
They're going to put it right back up, though. It's going to be one of those. It's becoming political posturing. The bottom line is it's not that difficult to secure the border. We just choose not to because our administration doesn't want to, because it feels that this migration wave is going to ultimately result in voters.
New route for those hoping to live in America.
The story will continue in a moment.
The seasons change.
Oh, look.
And you change with
Oh,
them.
Hey,
we see it again.
The seasons change, and you must change with them. Okay? Okay, let's just follow along.
What we eat, where we go. Something else that keeps changing is the virus that causes COVID-19.
Yeah. Keeps changing. And and I'm 70 years old, and I watch TV, and I just believe everything on TV. So I go to Shuffleboard later tonight, and I go, hey, Margaret, did you get the latest shot from Pfizer? No, I didn't know it was out. Yep, it's out. And since it's turning into wintertime here, it says you got to change with the seasons. We're supposed to go to scheduled, I don't know, let me see.
And so COVID-19 vaccines change too. Getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot is one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19.
So, Margaret, I was watching TV, 60 Minutes, very credible, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm watching some fake news now. And did you know, Margaret, it says this newest vaccine is one of the best ways to protect yourself against COVID-19?
Really? It's the best way?
It says it's one of the best ways.
Well, are there any other best ways?
Listen, it was on, Margaret, it was on 60 Minutes.
Oh, I got to believe them.
It wasn't like it was on TMZ or nothing.
No.
And these vaccines train your immune system to recognize and help fight recent variants.
And Margaret, this new shot that you and I are going to go get later today,
yes,
it trains our existing vaccinations how to adjust and fight this new stuff.
Oh, I need that.
See, isn't that actually, Lummy, that would be how they would describe it to themselves.
Oh, I'd get it.
Learn more about a vaccine option and
listen, we can go to schedulecovidvax.com and schedule it away.
All we have to do is call schedulecovidvax.com.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all we got to do. I'm going today.
I'm calling.
Because you know why I'm going? Because the commercial said that it teaches my existing 14 other vaccinations I got how to fight this new one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did you know it's one of the most effective ways to fight COVID-19?
I've heard that.
Yes.
COVIDvax.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Pfizer, those sneaky bastards. They can care less.
Commercials in the first 5 minutes of the story.
Yeah, and like Pfizer, do you know they're paying CBS top dollar for that?
Oh, no doubt.
Because this is 60 Minutes. It tends to skew older, and the demographics on 60 Minutes is probably 35 to 75, and so they got that type of product placement, and it almost feels like it's not even a commercial. It almost feels like it's a news story. Kind of.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey! How many of you guys want to pick rock out of a dirt track? $5 a bucket.
Just after sunrise, we saw the first group of migrants make their way from Mexico through a gap between the 30-foot steel border fence and rocks, ducking under a bit of razor wire and into the United States.
They don't look Mexican.
They're not. They're Chinese.
Can I send you something kind of scary?
Yeah.
So probably about a year ago, I watched this interview with Lex Friedman and this guy, Andrew Bustamante, the CIA dude.
We were surprised to see the...
And he was saying that China has, they were talking about different intelligence agencies around the world, and they said that China has the largest intelligence agency because basically every citizen of China is working for Mother China, always trying to collect intel and reporting back. So I'm going to send you this clip. And so that's why I find this exactly...
They're all spies.
Not necessarily spies, but I'm just saying, I feel like they're trying to, quote, infiltrate the system and then have children here.
Through immigration?
Through immigration, and then just having bad actors who have substantial power in this country that...
I still haven't got your link yet.
I'll send it right now.
See, why would you be setting me up for the story? Like, why didn't you send it immediately?
Sorry, I just wanted to explain. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
That was my fault.
As you're explaining, I'm getting it ready.
Yeah, there's no reason. I'm just dumb. Sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
So I would just
from the beginning, pretty much it starts.
I know, but
Why can't we have more girls from Iceland coming across the southern border?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Let's have an Iceland, Swedish.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of deal.
French.
Let's have that.
Yeah, coming across the southern border.
Yeah.
They try to come in legally.
Loose and hot, please. Thank you.
Yeah, loose and hot. So this is who now?
Lex Friedman, that's the host, and then
Isn't he super popular?
yeah, he's kind of dry, but I like him.
Like, how many followers on YouTube does he have? Like 10 million?
1.15 million
Oh, really?
subscribers on Lex
You say
Clips.
about the power, the influence of the different intelligence agencies.
I mean, where else is he distributed? Everywhere? Like, you know.
Well, it just says Lex Clips. I don't know about his full podcast, like what that has.
Right.
In their nation and outside.
Yeah, so to answer your question, your original question, which is the most powerful, I'm going to have to give you a few different answers. So the most powerful intelligence organization in the world in terms of reach is the Chinese MSS, the Ministry of State Security, because they have created a single solitary intelligence service that has global reach and is integrated with Chinese culture, so that essentially every Chinese person anywhere in the world is an informant to the MSS, because that's their way of serving the Middle Kingdom, Zhongguo, the Central Kingdom, the Chinese word for China. So they're the strongest. They're the most powerful intelligence service in terms of reach. Most assets, most informants, most intelligence.
So it's deeply integrated with the citizenry.
Correct, with their culture. You know what a Chinese person who lives in Syria thinks of themselves as? A Chinese person. Do you know what a Chinese person, a Chinese national living in the United States thinks of themselves as? A Chinese person, right? Americans living abroad often think of ourselves as expats, expatriates, living on the local economy, embracing the local culture. That is not how Chinese people view traveling around the world.
So Chinese, you're saying on all these
This is
Chinese.
what he's saying. This I learned from him. So
Well, what you're saying is that you watched this, and this guy's saying that every one of these stinking Chinese people that walk in here, that they're reporting back to the CSS,
MSS.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. So,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
what
was
I'm
in the
saying.
CIA for like 15 years.
Man,
so
don't you think we should maybe close the border down for a little bit?
yeah, that's why that makes me a bit nervous to hear about the Chinese
because
people
we're
coming in.
like just killing ourselves. We're letting all these people in. We can't even take care of our own. And we're letting all these people in that don't care about our country, that are not patriotic. We're not born here. Doesn't have a sense of love for the motherland. None of that. They're just here to invent the next Bitcoin or whatever the hell they're here for. I don't know, but it's just we got so many of them that we can't even keep up with them. And now we have subsects of within the immigration deal.
Mm-hmm.
Not only all of Latin America and Central America and Mexico, but now Chinese. And we have to worry about the Chinese. And the Chinese people, they just don't want to. Oh, damn it.
You okay? You need something?
Well, Anna
Your
had
mouth? Your
my
mouse?
yeah.
You want me to get it? I'm little.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, you're gonna have to get it before we go into stops. I mean, you're gonna have to get it for me.
I'll go get it
I feel
now.
you feel more comfortable with
Of
you.
course.
Underneath the desk.
than you.
Fair enough.
But you had the mouse pad so jacked over.
I'm so sorry. I have
It's
little
okay.
hands.
Let me. You gotta come. Let me. What's taking so long? Jesus.
Flashlight.
Oh, okay.
He's getting his tools.
Sorry, I can't continue the program on unless I have the
That's
ability
okay.
to. I see.
Got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Lummy.
Bubba.
See, that would have been weird, Anna, if
I
you
understand.
had done that.
I get it.
That'd be weird. Like,
I just felt bad because it was my fault.
Well, yeah, but it would have been weird to make you
Understood.
Go down there.
Thank you.
Your calves looked good.
I love it.
I checked them out while I was down there.
And by the way, if I may mention, I believe the way Mossad operates is similar kind of thing, because people from Israel living abroad still think of themselves as Jewish and Israeli
First.
first, so that allows you to integrate the
culture and the faith-based aspects. Exactly right.
But the number of people in
Bingo.
Israel is much smaller
Yeah.
than
Exactly
the number
right.
of people in China.
So when it comes to
Enough of
reach,
that.
China wins that game.
Yeah.
When it comes,
I don't want to hear that. I want to just see these Chinese people that are getting through this big ass hole 60 miles east of San Diego. I mean, if you're the head of Homeland Security, 60 Minutes already showed you where this place is.
Yeah.
Just have a couple, big reds and send 3-man crew: Iggy, Creatine Travis, and Big Red. Maybe the Nashes. And maybe Mushroom Mitch to go out there with, a couple trucks and some, post hole diggers and some cement and some steel and some more barbed wire.
Shotguns.
And, yeah, of course, shotguns. So during this story, you don't realize these people passed by a armed U.S. Homeland Security guy. And he's just standing there letting them come in.
Of course.
Because he probably only has a couple set of handcuffs, right? I can't arrest 2 of these people.
Number of people coming through from China, nearly 7,000 miles away.
Careful, watch.
Wire doing?
And I'm not like a refugee expert, but they don't really look that impoverished.
No, they're not.
They look just fine.
And
They
at
said they're
one
mostly
point,
middle class.
this armed
The whole thing is that we're trying to
Middle class
save,
from China.
we're trying to save all these people from economic disparity and oppression, and they need asylum because they have fears for their lives and their families' lives, and we're letting in these middle-class Chinese people. So it's
back to my original thought. I think the wheels are off the axles, man.
Yeah.
We're riding. Let me. You know what America is? We're like a police chase when the guy gets his tires shot out and he's on the wheels.
Oh yeah.
And they're sparking, and he was going 126 a few minutes ago, but now he's down to 41 because he's just on straight wheel. And eventually that'll just end up causing a big fire.
It's been like this for 3 years, Bubba, and no one's they're just barely now covering it. They're scratching it just a little bit. It's been going on at an unprecedented volume and rate for 3 solid years. And it's Africans, it's Asians, it's Europeans, it's South Americans, it's
It's everybody.
Everybody.
Probably the only ones that aren't coming over here are Russia, because they're not allowed. You can't even
Not a lot of North Koreans.
There's a bunch of Ukrainians
our
coming.
cameras, and at one point, this armed
guard.
Border Patrol agent standing 25 feet away did not deter them.
Look at these Chinese guys. Are like,
oh no,
do we make a run for it, or what is going on?
Hello. So, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
This man, a college graduate, told us he hoped to find work in Los Angeles. He said his trip from China took 40 days.
40 days.
Jesus.
On
a cargo ship?
We as Americans, it's very luxurious for us if we want to fly from, here to Denver or within even here abroad, like here to London and you can do it like in a day or two. I mean, I guess probably the furthest to travel from here would be what, Australia?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. What is that, like 26 hours?
It's 15 from LA, so probably 20 from here.
Yeah.
If you go Pacific,
20 hours. Jeez. So a day takes you one day.
Multiple flights, probably longer than that.
Yeah, it takes you one day, but you're on an airplane.
Yep.
So you're not hiking through, Jordan to get to get on a ship that takes you to to Bogota or to Colombia, and then through there you got to go through Panama and Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm assuming the majority of it on foot, right? I mean, or maybe you're catching rides or something. I don't know.
What countries the Chinese immigrants are flying into a certain area, staying at a certain couple of hotels that are in that area, and then staging from there.
Yeah, they're flying into Mexico.
A very organized
Who's
system
making the
going
money?
on.
The Coyotes?
Yeah.
The Coyotes. And
that's who they. If you look, there was a van that just let them all out.
Thailand, Morocco, Ecuador.
These are the countries he went through to get here.
Ecuador, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica.
Oh, he made it over.
Nicaragua.
Jeez.
He's just naming countries.
30 minutes later,
I know,
a
that's
smuggler's
funny.
SUV raced along the border fence and dropped another group at the same spot.
Can you imagine what that guy that's at 76 Suburban's making, man?
But walls don't work. Walls don't work. If this wasn't there, they wouldn't be coming through.
Right. Or that little hole was
That's what I'm
secure,
saying.
they wouldn't be coming through.
If there wasn't a breach in the wall, they wouldn't be coming through here.
I bet you the dirty coyotes just whittle out walls here and there. Like when they fix this wall, they go find another one
At
to
the
whittle
end, it stops because the wall theoretically only needs to be where there's not natural barriers, and so the wall goes up to like the stone structure, but it doesn't go through it. You see how
And
it's just
30
the
minutes
end?
after that, another group. Over 4 days, we witnessed nearly 600 migrants, adults and children, pass through this hole and onto U.S. soil unchecked.
Little kid. Like, now we got to take care of that guy.
Yep.
For the rest of his life.
We saw people from India, Vietnam, and Afghanistan.
At least, Indian Americans and Chinese Americans tend to get jobs and be productive in society, as opposed to some of the other people coming through. The Indians work their asses off and they become successful. The Chinese Americans all work really hard.
I know.
And they get successful.
But they're ruining. Hold on.
They're
But
not
the
stressing
bad
the
people
system.
are ruining it for the good people.
Yeah, well-
because you cannot decipher when you're getting 9,000. How many of them are really going to be good? Like, what type of test is there to?
There's no test.
Exactly.
There's no litmus test.
So we let them all in,
Right.
And it's too much for the system. I don't think the system can survive this.
Many of the Chinese migrants who came through will end up asking for political asylum. Did you travel by yourself or with family or friends?
No, just me.
Just you.
Yeah.
The gap.
I don't know. This is not adding up.
This really looks like this guy was shopping at the Gap before.
He's educated. He's smart. He speaks perfect English.
He's got
You know
good
what I mean?
clothes. He's got good clothes on.
Why would he leave all of his
He's
friends,
traveling light.
all of his family, if he wasn't on some sort of mission? You know what I mean?
No, just me.
Just you.
Yeah.
That's just me.
The Gap is a global destination, littered with travel documents from around the world.
Oh, it's like fake kind of deals.
With the help of a translator, we learned a little about the Chinese migrants coming through.
Oh, yeah, here we go. They're gonna tell us.
Let's see.
Teaching? You're a teacher? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
She was a
That
teacher.
was it? That's all you got?
But she was a teacher, which is kind of a, middle of the road, middle class. Doesn't pay the best, but doesn't pay the worst. You could, a single mom, a single girl could live on a teacher's salary.
So met a banker and small business owners. Some of the migrants made a grueling journey through Central America with dusty backpacks. But we noticed middle-class migrants from China.
Man, if I'm that roll-on manufacturer, Lummy, I'll make a commercial saying, man, ours are so rugged. Remember the Samsonite back in the day? They'd throw it in with a bunch of gorillas?
Right.
We were like, you know what? Migrant workers traveling thousands of miles can't break our little roll-on, Willie.
Arriving with rolling bags. They told us they took flights all the way to Mexico.
Yep. They fly to Mexico and then go through.
Hey, what's a shorty in the back there?
Hey.
Some flew from China to Ecuador because it doesn't
only if she was 18, of course.
require a visa for Chinese
It
nationals.
might be a mom and a daughter and a dad right here. That's the Chinese family that's coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Good-looking dad,
Communists.
good-looking mom, and a good-looking
Oh, they
kid.
got a little kid behind them, too.
And they're communists.
Then took flights to Tijuana, Mexico. The migrants told us they connected with smugglers, or what they call snakeheads, in Tijuana.
I wonder how much. I wonder how much. I got a pickup truck. You got a pickup truck. We could be some snakeheads down in Mexico, man.
Perfect.
Like, we take a 2-week vacation. I mean, you can imagine. Like, what are they charging per? Maybe they'll tell us here. We'll do the math.
Bring the cream machine down.
And they eat.
I'll fix the cream machine. I'll take my truck. You take your truck. I mean, there you go.
Yeah. We'll bring Macho Man to drive
Paid
our
them about
cream machine.
$400 for the hour-long drive that
All right,
ended
so 400
each
here at the Gap.
400
each.
Yeah.
That's 4,000 right there.
Why did you decide to come to the United States?
You do a couple runs a day, Dan, right? Two,
That's
three runs.
doing well,
Well,
yeah.
they said it was an hour, 30 minutes there and 30 minutes back.
Right, so do 3 a day.
Let's say you could do, no, 3.
3 a day?
Yeah, because you got to load them up. And
No.
just, you know. I mean,
Listen, you give them time. Hey, listen, if you're
6.
going, let's go.
So I could do 6 a day.
You have 3 vehicles, too?
6, yeah, let me see. How many?
60
How
grand.
many? Hold on. How many migrant workers could we get in the cream machine?
No, we'll pack them in, Bubba.
We'll pack them in. We probably put 15 in there.
Oh, easy.
15 in there. We could get my pickup truck. You could put 10 in the back.
So it's $6,000 right there with just a cream machine. Plus
And then
another
let me,
10
if we
for-
took your pickup truck, we could probably get another 10.
Yep.
So that's how it's
It's
well,
like 15 grand
15 every
per
trip,
trip.
for all 3.
Yeah, do 6 trips. It's 100 grand a day almost.
Yeah, 100. Hold on, 100 grand a day.
That's why these holes aren't getting closed because people are getting paid.
为什么要离开中国？为什么要来美国？
真的没办法过。在家里面不好过。
Oh, it's hard to live there.
We know what's happening. They're not doing anything about it.
Why didn't they translate what they were saying to each other?
It's hard to live there.
They're talking trash.
Hey, why are you leaving China? It's hard to live there. I wish there's a country I could go to that's give me free money and set me up, and just because America's hard to live to, like I can't, it's this IRS is really killing me.
Hard to find jobs.
What did you do? Did you work in China?
以前是在厂里面上班。
This stupid bitch keeps asking me questions.
Work in the factory, but now it's hard to work in the factory.
Was this a trip expensive?
这次来就花很多钱啊。Yeah.
She said it was, and that she sold her house to cover the $14,000 cost of her trip to the U.S.
So it costs $14K to get here.
Last year, U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported 37,000 Chinese citizens were apprehended crossing illegally from Mexico into the U.S. That's 50 times more than 2 years earlier.
Oh, look at these guys.
Hey, whoa.
This is what we have to worry. This is what we have to worry about right here, because these guys are machines.
Many of the migrants told us they made the journey to escape China's increasingly repressive political climate and sluggish economy.
Man, that looks real Hitler-like to me.
Yeah,
sure
I'm
does.
just saying,
High stepping.
this looks real. I'm just telling you.
Scary.
Newsflash: if I'm the president, the dude over in China is real Hitler-like, man.
Yeah. That guy in the second
Migrants
from the
told
left
us
looks
they
really
made
angry.
the journey to
Open your eyes.
escape China's increasingly repressive political climate and sluggish economy. This 37-year-old woman said China's COVID lockdown destroyed her childcare business. She left her 2 young children with family at home.
And why did you decide to come to the United States?
Yeah.
I'm selfish.
决定要来美国
I don't believe that for a second.
很多原因吧。
，many reasons.
For work or?
是为了工作呢，还
To start stripping and get on OnlyFans. I want to be on OnlyFans. I'm sure you can, but you can't be on OnlyFans over in China if you can't even be on Facebook. Well, all she has to do is get her a sugar daddy with an OnlyFans kicker, and she's well on her way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this makes me nervous because these are not destitute people. A lot of these people
No,
are
these are
educated, so they're going to
very-
get jobs at universities and things like that, get intel, and send it back home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah, and they're going to compete with you for jobs.
其他原因呢？
And hold on, they're going to compete with you for jobs, Anna. And guess what?
What?
In today's world, corporate America gives it to them because they get like a better ESG. I hired a Chinese
Yeah,
person
you know me score. Yeah.
I mean, it's right. It's pretty. I mean, it's a pretty. Do I hire a Jewish woman, or do I hire a Chinese immigrant? You know what?
I'm an immigrant too, bitch.
For the first time, you place second. The Jewish girl used to place first, but now the barely documented can't speak.
Jews
a
aren't too
licking.
trendy right now.
No, but Chinese are.
Yes, they are.
Bubba, where do we go on that list?
The bottom.
No, I'll tell you
You're
what
a
we
bottom
are.
feeder.
I'll tell you what we are on that list. We're the ones driving the trucks and bring these guys over.
There you go.
That's where we are.
Perfect.
想说啥就说啥吗？
可以啊。
自由啊。
Why are they not
Freedom.
translating that?
Freedom. Freedom. Freedom.
We wondered how all of these migrants knew about this
She's got an
particular.
iPhone.
I know.
Hold on.
That's a
She's
better
got
one
an
than
iPhone. She's
me.
got a $1,000 phone.
They just said, how did these particular migrants know about this particular hole?
Entryway into California. The answer was in their hands.
How do you know about that? Oh, Douyin. Okay, TikTok.
Oh, you learned on TikTok. Yeah.
TikTok is a social media platform created in China. The post we found had step-by-step instructions for hiring smugglers and detailed directions to that hole we visited. We were struck by just how orderly and routine it all seemed. The migrants walked about a half-mile down a dirt road and waited in line for U.S. Border Patrol to arrive so they could surrender.
How much property do you have here?
The land they're waiting on is owned by 75-year-old Jerry Schuster, a retiree.
Hold on.
The whole world seems to know there's a way in.
Jerry's got to be mad as hell.
Yeah.
If
Jerry
Dan, if
happy.
that was your land, 75 acres.
I'd be lighting it on fire every day.
And then it's on your property.
Doing a burn every day.
Here we go.
They're all doing this. When they come over here, they come with the suitcases. They come prepared with the computers, just like they got off on a Norwegian cruise ship yesterday.
Schuster owns 17 acres
Where's he
just
from?
north of the border fence and a quarter-mile outside of Yakumba Hot Springs, California. Population 540.
Ugh.
You're an immigrant yourself.
Yes.
Where did you come from?
Israel.
I come from Yugoslavia, and I left Yugoslavia. I went to Austria. I stayed there 8 months, and I knocked on this door. I didn't bust the door down to come over here.
You came through the front door.
I came through the front door.
And what do you think about this?
See, Anna, he said I did it the right way.
Yep.
I came
Such
through.
a slap in the face to immigrants that did.
This guy's like much like your father, much like people of your
My
family.
aunt.
This guy said I did it the right way. I went through the front door. I mean, I came in, was had a trial, was granted
Got a
citizen,
green card, waited for a green card,
Right.
came here, then became a citizen.
right, like the way you're supposed to, the way good, now new Americans do it. And it's just, and so he betters himself out by whatever means he made his money, but he owns the land. It looks like he owns quite a bit of land. I don't know what you could, Dan. I mean, if you own the land, you could build like a restaurant for these immigrants.
Yeah, why not?
But they don't got any money.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they'll get the prepaid
They're
cards.
loaded. These guys are loaded. These immigrants aren't poor. They're loaded.
Yeah, they're paying
They're paying thousands of dollars to get here. She paid $14,000 to get here. They're paying the cartel. They have tons of cash. They're not destitute.
That's why they have a taco
So they get
stand
here.
and hold on, taco stand on one
And
side
bowls,
and then
Asian bowls.
with egg rolls on the other side.
Right. Hell
yeah.
Kind of like Taco
Egg rolls and
Bell,
tacos.
Kentucky Fried
That's
Chicken
nice.
deal.
Right, exactly.
You do a Chinese egg roll Willie with a taco
Tostitos.
kicker.
So
Right.
when we drop them off, we have a food truck on the other side, Bubba.
Yeah.
it's
Double
awesome.
dip.
We own the food truck.
Yeah.
They don't care. They come through their whole, like, they come into their own country over here, and nobody do nothing about it.
Schuster says it all started in May. He went to investigate some smoke coming from his property and found migrants burning trees to stay warm.
And these migrants, they just leave. Look at this is this guy's property, and
Right.
they just leave it a
All the
mess.
dirt, right.
They don't clean up
Nope.
after themselves. So
Today, his property looks like a messy moonscape, littered with the trash and tents migrants have left behind.
Have you ever just yelled, "Get out of here"?
Well, they say that was like.
I'd have a megaphone. I swear to God.
And a gun.
And a gun. You need to get off my property immediately, or I'm going to start shooting you. Then, how you blast off a few rounds in the air, Lummy,
Oh, yeah.
like a real hill-jacker. Get off my property, or I'm gonna start shooting. I'm gonna give you a 5-minute notice. Start heading that way.
Until Border Patrol shoots you.
Yeah, and then you get shot for protecting your own, or you get put in prison for protecting your own
Property.
They probably would take the immigrants over you, and you get put in prison for
Sending a message.
Yeah.
4 months ago, there was 8 guys start knocking my trees and start burning my trees on the other side. So I told him, please don't do that. Please don't. They start surrounding me. I went home and I got my gun and I shoot in the air. They arrested me.
Hold on. He did
exactly what you said. And they arrested him.
Hold on.
You?
Yeah, they arrested me.
On your property?
Yeah,
Hold on. I did not watch this before.
I know.
Property, yeah, just because I asked them not to burn the trees, not to knock the fences. And
So
then,
they're knocking the fences down and burning their trees. He goes and gets their guns, fires a few warning willies up in the air just to let him know that he means business, and they come and arrest him. Tell me how effed up our country has become.
Yeah.
Please.
they arrest me. They put me in a police car and just protecting my own land.
Schuster wasn't charged, but his gun was confiscated. If you had to guess, how many migrants do you think you've seen come through here?
Maybe 3,000 a week.
3,000 a week?
I would say that.
A week. The system is, we're going to pop. We're literally going to pop. We're that water balloon, man, and we're stretched out.
Yes. Because this is ongoing deal.
About 2 hours after these migrants arrived, we saw the Border Patrol pull up, broadcasting recorded instructions in Mandarin.
Hey, Nick could understand this, couldn't he?
Sure could.
Oh, damn it. Lummy.
Oh, no.
I missed it. Hold on, I'll find it. I'll find it.
Jacqueline here. Border Patrol pull up, broadcasting recorded instructions in Mandarin. The migrants were driven to a detention facility near San Diego, where they are given background checks. Some are interviewed. Typically, within 72 hours, they are released into the United States and can begin the process of filing an asylum claim.
Or
she's mad
not
too.
file an asylum claim and just stay
and just blend
here,
into the
undocumented, working.
They already have contacts here, please.
Working under the table.
Jacqueline Ariano has
doing nails and toes.
No, that's mostly
volunteered
memes.
on the border for 8 years, offering humanitarian aid to migrants.
Doing nails. I'm running a little bit late. Am I not?
And just so you know, hot dog.
There's not enough soap in the world to make him clean up his act.
Get out of my sight!
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Put yourself over.
Hey, you're rescued. Bamboo Bridge. Sure does. Years. If it's lucky. You want to get one lunch? Yeah. Thank you.
looks like we do have all month. Turning both up on Human and BetterHelp. It looks like it runs to the 25th. Both? Yeah.
Okay.
Shave all those out as.
Thank you, Doug. $10. Being a slave. Search through 157 months.
J-Man, 11 Bang. I'm not really sure what point you're trying to make.
Trade you, boy.
Big 168.
Comes back. Don't forget the Cash App and PayPal.
This is a very, very slow day. Maybe the jig is up. Say it, Lummy.
The jig is up. Slow day. Come on, guys.
Maybe they're like, we don't like Bubba anymore.
We don't have our memo, guys. Come on. Mark, what's up?
It's my protein shakes making me cold.
You don't have to explain it to me. I don't throw shade, just baby face.
Hmm?
I said I don't throw shade, just baby face.
One? You don't remember which one though?
I lost my voice Friday night. Yelling.
In football?
Football.
You in?
Yep. 26-20.
We got a lot to do. Let's go.
To all the FTEs out there, he salutes you. He salutes you.
Loving it.
And hopes you don't get herpes from a lot lizard.
Something's wrong with me.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show is sponsored by Better Life. Not Better, well, I guess it would be a Better Life if you went to BetterHelp. Let me, I'm a little bit rusty, my friend. The Bubba the Love Sponge show is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's BETTERHELP.com. A lot of times as we have our New Year's resolutions, we're thinking about everything that we suck, that we need to make better, but we don't really look about what we're doing right so far. So that's what they concentrate on. And if you're thinking about therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Therapy helps you find your strength so that you can ditch the extreme resolutions and make changes that are really going to stick. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time at no additional charge. Celebrate the progress that you've already made. Visit BetterHelp.com/BTLS
and
get 10% off your very first month. That's BETTERHELP,
BetterHelp.com/BTLS
/BTLS. Thank you. Continuing, by the way, PayPal and Cash App, Lummy. Venmo's been taken away.
Taken away.
And a very slow day. Is that an indication by their hatred for me, you think?
No, not at all, Bubba.
Well, how else would you describe? I mean, they're that's how they show their support.
The economy's tough.
Yeah, it is.
They're coming off the weekend.
It is. You know what? You're right. I hate to sit there and make excuses, but you're right. The economy is tough, and you're just coming off the weekend. So regardless of who was hosting, probably was going to be a slow day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
They love you.
The Chinese are taking over, and we need to be really, really scared because each China person that comes over, in my opinion, not only is just trying to, get that job that potentially could be yours, but they're also sending back intel to the CS, MCC, NCCC.
Yeah, you know me.
You know me. Like now, when they send that information, does that require us to have to monitor Chinese people and what they're sending back, abroad? Like, I'd be all for that. Kind of tracking these people down a little bit, having some type of. Listen, when you come to America, you are supposed to be given some freedoms, but if you're not born here, then there's some freedoms that you don't have, and one of it's we can check up on you at any time.
If you're not born here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. I mean, if you're from China.
Oh.
And you gotta, there's ongoing Iggy that you could be a spy.
T-shirt Will 25 on the Cash App and Grouper Lips 25 on the Cash App.
I saw him and his wife at the track, Grouper Lips.
Johnny Jeep Guy, Semi-Autoglass Travis 25 on the Cash App.
And he fixed my chip on my NASCAR 2004 Crown Vic Lummy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Awesome.
Been able to rely on being bilingual in doing this work for the duration that I have been doing it. And in this past year, I mean,
She just said, I took a job from a hardworking American.
Yep.
What she just said.
Mm-hmm. Because she's
been
bilingual.
times that I've come to the sites and not spoken to a single Spanish speaker.
She relies on translation apps to communicate with Chinese migrants.
These people want to be picked up by Border Patrol. Why isn't this happening at a port of entry?
That would definitely be the ideal situation, and people would much prefer to do so. It would definitely be much safer and more efficient. Unfortunately, there are barriers to people being able to seek asylum at a port of entry.
See, that's the kind of woman you need right here. Hold on. She's sitting on rocks. That's all she's got. I mean, look.
Yeah.
That's what, love me. So that nice couch you got in your place, and that love seat and that recliner, whew, that's certainly going to be nice compared to sitting on some logs. Some logs.
Semi-Autoglass Michael, $50.
Thank you,
Cash
buddy. I got to think that she might be pretty good in bed too. That she can ride out pretty good if she's used to sitting on rocks.
That's a great point.
Going to massage parlor soon.
Yeah.
I mean, some girls' legs get tired if they do that for long enough.
This bitch.
Not this bitch.
This
is her natural resting position.
She can walk on your back for hours.
To people being able to
That'd probably be a hell of a woman to have right there.
seek asylum at
I mean, if you literally even had a crappy house, just a crappy house, a warm, a nice place to lay your head down at night, in a kitchen that she could whip up some stuff, some vittles for you. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she's giving you, all kinds of crazy sex because you're the one that saved her.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go down there and
scoop up some.
Well, we've gone from being coyotes to now we need to go in. Would that be considered sex trafficking?
Yes. If we bring him to a massage parlor.
100%.
Bubba's massage parlor?
No, we don't want to employ like.
Oh.
Yeah, you like. Yeah, no.
A port of entry.
One barrier.
Like, there's Twitter and Tinder. We can start our own swiping service with, Chinese immigrants that we've already pre-vetted.
Coding for less, 20 on the Cash App.
Is the phone app called CBP1. Asylum seekers are supposed to use the app to make an appointment to enter the U.S. through a legal border crossing. As we saw last spring in Juarez, Mexico, the system is glitchy.
Oh, yeah, and it gets stuck, right?
One opportunity at 9 o'clock, no more.
Volunteers who work with migrants told us there's still a 3 to 4 month wait to secure an appointment at a border crossing.
Hold on. If I'm a migrant, do I got to walk all the way?
They're in great shape, that's for sure.
Dan, do we got to walk all of that?
No, they'll get a ride.
Yeah, they're waiting for one of those trucks to come pick them up.
Oh. I mean, maybe
you and I would be sitting on the wall waiting.
Maybe we should make entry into our country a little more obstacle courses so that only the strong can get here, right?
Just like the Tough Mudder or something.
Like a gator pit and like monkey bars over. Monkey bars over a gator pit.
Perfect.
The guy that's strong enough to hold himself up and go through the monkey bars, he makes it.
He's allowed to get in.
The fat ass like you and I that can't do monkey bars very good.
We're feeding the gators.
We're gatored. And then
that might be fun to watch.
Then you camera that up on it. Yeah, then you camera that up and make that its own YouTube channel. Think about how much money. Hey, Dan, did you watch any immigrants getting eaten by gators today?
I was riveted. I watched all day yesterday.
I got down a rabbit hole, man. I couldn't stop watching.
I saw 3 Chinese, 4 Mexican, and 5 Guatemalans get ate up.
Who won, Dan?
I don't know, but
the Gators every time.
It's really like the only one that they have. I don't even know.
But Dan, I saw like these 5 Jimmy Cletus in shape dudes that went in there no problems. Just kept their knees up. The Gators couldn't get them.
Yeah, they were Hamas.
And now, Dan.
Eric, call up 20 on the Cash App.
They're not Hamas.
You don't know that?
Do we just allow like 7
That's the whole
ups?
point, Bubba. We don't know who they are. We have no idea who these people are. They're not being properly vetted. Some of them are from all parts of the country. A lot of them are from countries that hate our guts.
That they would consider it a short.
Do we allow just 7 and up on the females? Because they're not going to be too good on the monkey bars.
7 and up.
7s and up. Looks.
Looks.
Oh, I thought you meant age-wise.
Oh yeah, me and Lummy, we need to be on the other side grading the women out. Oh, you're only a 6.
You're gone.
Hot or not?
Hold
Not
on.
hot.
Start with the scale.
And can you imagine the girl if you're only sending 7s over? Lummy, can you imagine that 6? What she would like? What she'd be willing to do to get to be a 7?
Yep.
Yeah.
Extra credit.
Mm-hmm. You want to become a 7? Unzip my pants and go to town.
Oh, Jesus.
Now you're a 7. Don't give me that much responsibility.
Bubba on the
For
border.
years, millions of Chinese
What's up with this little shorty right here? Watch this little thick shorty. Watch. Hold on.
entered the U.S. with a visa that allowed them to visit, work, or study. But in the last few years, those visas have been increasingly difficult to secure as tensions between the two countries have grown. In 2016, the U.S. granted 2.2 million temporary visas to Chinese nationals. In 2022, it was just 160,000.
So a lot of these folks may have come on.
Tammy Lin is an immigration attorney and has worked with clients from China for nearly 2 decades.
Hell yeah. She needs to be doing my laundry.
If someone's...
Would it be illegal if we went down there and picked a few off to work for us?
No, not at all, Bubba.
Dan, would it be illegal to go down there and pick a few to work for us?
Not at all.
Not granted asylum.
Imagine how well she could fold and do laundry and, yard work and all that kind of
Pay
deal.
her like 20 cents.
Pay her like, $100 a week.
Yeah.
Plus some other stuff.
Will China then say, okay, yes, we'll take them back?
I haven't seen that happen, really. I think even back to...
Yeah.
2.5...
So hold on. China doesn't take them back.
No one takes them back. No one takes them back. We have
So a lot of Chinese nationals.
Hey, yes, we'll take them back.
What?
We have 8 million people here that came across the border in the last 3.5 years, and no one wants them back.
I haven't seen that.
I think we should carve out a piece of like the northernmost part of North Dakota and put them all up there.
Like an internment
That
camp?
worked really well with the Indians.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, like a reservation?
Listen, if you're an immigrant, you got to go to the immigrant camp for 2 years. And let me, we have big fields of food they got to cultivate. And,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And, they're not in jail. You're not in jail, but
you can't leave.
But you can't leave. It's like the Hotel California. You can check out anytime. You can check in anytime you want, but you can never leave.
But honestly, Bubba, if you think about it, if they had like a 3-month or a 6-month program where every person that snuck across the border had to go through and would teach them the English language and teach them how to get, by in America and help them in their transition, that would actually be helpful. But we wouldn't do something that
it's
that
too
smart.
It's too barbaric.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah.
Happen, really. I think even back to 2008, a lot of the Chinese nationals that had failed asylum cases weren't able to get passports to be put on the plane to be sent back. So we can't send you back.
Yeah. Man, how broken are we as a country?
Jeez.
Just get if you can get here, you're in. And we're not sending anybody back.
Based on our review of data from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, there are at least 36,000 Chinese who have been ordered by U.S. courts to leave the country. But China is notorious for not taking back its citizens, and the U.S. can't force...
China's got it all figured out. They're like, hey, Lan, you left for a reason, and you might be a problem or a dick, so we don't want you back.
Yeah, we don't want you back.
Right.
Stay in America.
Stay over there.
China to accept them. So then...
Be careful what you ask for, bitch.
What happens if they have a failed claim but they can't go back to China?
That's a very good question. They're stuck in this limbo.
According to the Department of Justice, last year, 55% of Chinese migrants were granted asylum, compared to 14% for every other nationality.
She looks just fine to me.
Doing selfies on top of the rock, right? Gonna throw on our TikTok account.
With the odds in their favor and a phone to guide them, there's little to discourage more Chinese migrants from coming through the gap near Jerry Schuster's place. Have you?
Poor Jerry Schuster. Jerry Schuster. You know what, Dan? The U.S. government should buy his land for far more than it's worth, and just because they're allowing such illegal activity on his land. He has no recourse, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's basically had his land taken away from him. He can't defend his land like every other American can. So you know what? Pay me $40 million for my land, bitch.
Said to anybody, hey, there's this giant hole, they're coming through, how about patching that up?
They know that thing is there. And we all been telling them, hey, when this thing gonna quit over here? You gotta call Washington, D.C., that's what they say.
So?
This dude's gotta call Washington. And when you tell somebody call Washington, D.C., what do you mean? Like, how many different departments are in Washington, D.C.? Like, what do you... You don't call the one number that says, hello, U.S. government, how can I help you?
Right.
Yeah, can you send me to maybe Border Patrol, Immigration? I don't know. Yes, well, somebody did in a minute.
We did. U.S. Customs and Border Protection told us their agents don't have authority to stop people from coming through gaps like this one.
Why? How can a U.S. Border Patrol agent not have the authority to stop somebody that's coming through the fence? Like, what? I would think that would be your number one job description. Hi, I'm a U.S. Border Patrol agent, and my job is to solely stop illegals from entering our country by any means.
No.
By securing the fence.
No.
By, whatever, parking my truck there with the lights on.
No, that's not your job. Your job is to process these people.
It is.
And can only arrest them after they've entered illegally. As for closing that gap, they said it is on their priority list, but would require money from Congress.
Man, you could literally go and get like a rich sponsor. Be like, hey, listen, this wall's going to take like $100,000. Man, you know how many people in that town would be, you could get that sponsor. Morgan & Morgan would sponsor that wall.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get in the U.S., slip and fall on that rock, call 1-800, whatever, Morgan & Morgan, pound law, that's all. And we'll sue the U.S. government for having that rock right there that you twisted your ankle on. They knew all about it all along now, didn't they? So anyway, I don't even know, man. That's just one portion of one nationality that's coming through our wall. Like, that's not everybody.
Just
that's
a fraction
that's
of
a
the people.
fraction.
Yeah.
It's just a little sliver.
I have to go into words. We'll certainly be on time, but I'm a little bit embarrassed. I don't think I want to call myself a Swiftie.
Oh, no.
It's okay if you are.
I don't think I want to call.
No, it's not.
I don't think I'm going to call myself a Swiftie, but I do really am starting to kind of dig her because she just is so brilliantly knows how to work. She just is so classy and so has so much cool girl swag. Like, plus, who's the person that has the most Grammys ever?
Is it Beyonce?
Hey Alexa, who has the most Grammys of all time?
Beyonce holds the record for the most Grammy wins of all time, with 32 awards.
32? Hold on.
She's only got 18.
Taylor Swift's got 13.
13?
13. I thought maybe that. Beyonce's got how many?
32.
32.
Yeah. Taylor Swift ain't nothing yet.
Well,
I mean,
Taylor
Beyonce.
Swift.
who cares about Grammys?
Taylor Swift is the bomb. God, I'm such a Swiftie. I never
It's
thought
okay.
I'd say that. She's cute. She writes cute little songs. Everybody wants. I mean, even Shaquille O'Neal. Let me just see that. Shaquille O'Neal once he publicly said, "I want to sit by Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl." Now, when you got Shaq, arguably as a man, Shaq arguably is one of my top 3 men that I admire as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Charles Barkley.
I like Charles.
As a basketball player or as a man in general?
As a man.
As a man? He's in your top 3 of all time?
I've learned to appreciate Shaq more as a man than as a player. Because I just love his swagger. I love his business sense. I love his I don't give a I just love his overall swag. And, him, Conor McGregor. He's another dude that some people maybe think he's a little arrogant and cocky, but I like how he walks around and he doesn't give a Joe Rogan, same way.
Yeah.
They're Elon Musk. Those are probably my top men that I admire. Elon Musk, Shaq. Who else? Let me.
You said Elon Musk, Shaq. My brain just went. Did anyone else? Elon Musk, Shaq.
You looking for a love line?
Yeah, I'm looking for a love line.
Dan, do you not remember what I said?
Yes, you said Elon Musk. You said Shaq. You said Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
And you said Joe Rogan.
Right. Probably the other one I might put in there might be Ben Shapiro.
Because he's a rapper now?
No, well, yeah, but he brings it. Oh, I can't leave out Tucker Carlson.
No.
I cannot leave out Tucker. He has to be one of the, he's one of the 3. Tucker Carlson, Shaq, Conor McGregor, Elon Musk.
Joe Rogan.
Who?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Ben Shapiro. There's my 6.
You said Barkley a little bit too.
No, he's not in it. He's not in it. No, he's not in it.
He doesn't make the B cut, A cut.
He's the next level down though.
If they're busy, he replaces one of them.
We'll talk about Taylor Swift. She made a little bit of an announcement on the Grammy stage last night, and then Shaquille O'Neal has professed that he'd like to go to the Super Bowl with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't think.
Creepy.
When you got
Mahomes' dad's gonna be there, so
Who?
he can have his
Yeah.
seat. Patrick Mahomes' dad.
Patrick
He has
Mahomes'
great
dad
timing.
got busted for a DUI.
Might be 2 to 10 years.
Yeah.
I began to hallucinate and thought a houseplant was talking to me.
Prescription medication.
Oh, man.
Prescription medication.
Red delicacy.
It takes a lot of great prescription medication to make the show sound this mediocre. The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Bob Cook for 50.
Thank you, Bob Cook.
T-Swift.
Huh?
How old was Lenny Kravitz?
About my age. 50s.
59. Oh, whoa, he does look a little rough.
Bublé winner. He named 6 people for his top 3. That was funny.
What happens? Good morning, Big Longer.
Who won the Pro Bowl?
NFC. And Mayfield was MVP.
It was pathetic. Adding the points of all the other shit. Like what's it? All the skills contests.
I couldn't watch any of it. Couldn't find it.
ESPN.
I looked.
ABC.
I looked. Kept missing it. That was the actual game.
3.
Oh, that's why. Couldn't find it. I thought it was at 6.
It was all like fucking, like everything. Every time I looked up, it was all like dumps.
How big a crowd they have for the Pro Bowl?
It was somewhat decent. I don't think they released the attendance numbers, but from the TV aspect, I'd say it looked like it was 50-60% filled.
Jealous of what, Ronald?
But in the Camping World?
Yeah, the Camping World Stadium in Orlando.
Yeah.
And it rained, so.
I think it's supposed to rain all day today, isn't it?
There's a band coming off it's supposed to rain, I think, until.
What?
I think it's supposed to rain until about 1. There's a band coming off the coast now.
How about after 1?
A little cool today, and then it warms up again after a day or two.
Yeah, then I don't think it's supposed to rain all week. So.
Get to a safe place.
The prison work release program gone horribly wrong.
You may want to duck.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Bubba the Love Sponge. Bubba the Love Sponge.
Today's after show will be a podcast of all of us, except for Dan. Seth will roll up in here. And we'll do like 10:15 to like 11:30, something like that, Lummy.
Perfect.
And that'll be available only where you get your podcasting stuff. And then I'm going to fire back up at 12:30, and I got a few Lucas late model guys going to come in, and that show will be live on all of our various platforms. That's Tyler Erb, better known as Turbo, Lummy, and Devin Moran. And we're just going to talk late model stuff. I know it's kind of out of our niche, so to speak, but it's what I like. It's what I just got done hosting at my track. So I thought I'd come in, whatever. Just shoot the crap. Then we'll be doing the same thing tomorrow, except the podcast is Clem and Kush. And then Tony Stewart rolls in with Ben Shelton from Flow. And then I think my boy Brandon Bernstein from Lucas. And then Sumo.
Awesome.
And that'll be live, too. Just shooting the crap a little bit, hanging out, talking about Tony. I think Tony's got a big drag event happening in Bradenton this Friday and Saturday. All the big names are going to be there. Yeah, like it's an NHRA warm-up event to the Gator Nationals that pays like 5 times the amount that NHRA pays. It's
really?
like an outlaw shootout.
Wow.
I think the NHRA Nitro Funny Car and dragsters pay like $75,000 to win. Like if you win at the end of the meet, usually it starts at Thursday. You go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and by Sunday you have the finals because it's kind of Dan. It's bracket racing.
Mm-hmm. It's like a tournament.
And yeah, so it's a tournament. I think you have to win like 10 or 12 times to win an event. But it only pays, like most NHRA things, only pay about $75,000 to win the whole deal. Well, Tony, I think, is along with Randy from Skag, nice. and a couple other big sponsors, put up this big amount of money to have like this outlaw event, and it pays $250 for funny cars and $250 for dragsters.
Whoa,
amazing!
So it's like
that's awesome.
I don't know if they're trying to show NHRA, man. Listen. We can have a sustainable, sanctioning body while paying huge amounts of money compared to your little paltry $75K. Drag racing doesn't even make sense unless you have a great sponsor. It's $10,000, Lummy, every time you go down the track, right?
Yeah.
Well, you have to win 12 times, and that's before you blow anything up. And you blow. I mean, if you look at the drags, they blow a couple engines a weekend. Jeez. Just smithereens.
And it's $10,000 to refresh the engine between races.
No, it's a $10,000 refresh. There's 10
every race.
Every time it goes down the track under power. And so it takes 12 to win. Just do the math. It takes 12.
$120,000.
But it only pays 75 to win. Second place is like 30.
I sent you an article on the Flow Racing talking about Tony's thing.
Oh, about what we're talking about tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Came from you?
Yes.
Well, Flow Racing, man, they do everything.
Yeah, they got a huge lineup.
They did. They were at my. Did you go? Oh, you guys probably didn't watch any of the stuff from my track.
I was watching when you went live on the YouTube.
Oh, I forget what that was called. It was like Flow, like a Flow Minute or something.
Yeah.
Is this the?
Yeah, it's just an article saying like
Oh, it's an article. I thought it was like maybe a video or something.
I thought there was a video on it, but I think it played something else.
The Professional Racers Organization, Pro, in partnership with Drag Illustrated, Bradenton Motorsports Park announced today the inaugural Pro Superstar Shootout, a high-stakes, big-money race featuring the stars of Top Fuel, Funny Car, and Pro Stock. The Pro Supercar Shootout will pay more than $1.3 million in total prize money, with $250 going to the winner of the Top Fuel and Funny Car winners, and $125 to the Pro Stock. It goes on to say, I don't know if it goes on and talks about what they pay normally, but I know that everybody's flipped out over this. Hold on, what's this? I thought it was Antonio Brown doing an episode of Chris.
That'd be awesome.
But instead, it's a drag racer named Anton Brown, and he's pretty damn good. You're a
Swiftie.
I'm kind of a Swiftie. I'm paying attention to her more and more.
It's hard not to.
I like her.
Jay's here too. He's a Swiftie.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Jay is a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie with them now.
I think you're a Swiftie if you've actually paid money for someone to go to their concerts.
I have not paid money to go to her concerts, but I admire her.
You're a fan.
She's one of the biggest and best entertainers of our era, of our time.
She's one of the biggest stars of all time.
Yep.
That was one of her songs.
Lyrical music.
I mean, I like what she does, but she does some things that are just kind of like a little irritating, like the way that she always has to get up at an awards show and dance when no one else is standing up or dancing, and she's just,
What?
I'm a little oversaturated. I'm a little oversaturated right now, like Kevin Hart or The Rock or certain people that are just oversaturated.
I am Kevin Harted out.
It just seems like everywhere.
I can't take another Kevin Hart commercial.
You know what I mean? It's like everywhere. So, and I think she's super talented. I mean, I like her. I like her.
I think that top one is the one you're looking for, but it's not working.
I've been trying to smash it right down to zero.
Maybe
we got something here.
Biggest celebrity and entertainment news in the palm of your hand. Get 24/7 access to
TMZ.
Only TMZ can provide. Download the TMZ app today.
Now, Jay, you might have a better understanding. This might even blow your mind legally, but I heard that TMZ, they always had that wacky guy. This guy right here, that's their voice guy, the wacky guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that wacky guy is used strategically to further insulate the story as it being somewhat parody.
For sure.
By putting...
It's got zoinksy noises and all that kind of stuff, for sure.
And so that was another way for them, because I'm sure that there's a bunch of stuff they've uncovered that gets them sued by said person.
They're almost... Well, go ahead.
But I've been told that one of the reasons why they do the real zany, crazy kind of guy, that it gives their legal team further argument that it's a parody, and it's
it's
almost,
true.
Yeah, and so
Harvey Levin's a lawyer, and he's got a couple of lawyers that are there on the show. I used to watch it all the time with my wife. That's where she gets the news. Whenever she tells me something, I'm like, "Was that on TMZ?" But it's a reliable source because I'm not aware of a single successful lawsuit against him in the last 10 years.
Yeah, and I think and one of his tools and one of his little special weapons, and I think that he's actually won an order on, is the fact that, hey, I got a zany guy doing this like in a nut hut zookeeper. Like, hey, there's no way you could think that this would be true.
Correct.
And that's. I think he's one of it's quite frankly brilliant, is it not?
It is.
Legally.
Absolutely. And then at the end, I'm a lawyer. At the end of every show, it said that.
Yeah. Damn it, Lummy. I hit something.
Here it is.
And there I have it. Okay.
Okay, this is my 13th Grammy.
Just to know that Travis Kelce is just taking her pillar to post, Lummy. And it's probably hot.
Oh, yeah.
You think she's Little House of the Prairie, kick it out wide, missionary only, or do you think she's take me out, choke me?
I think she's
rough
lame.
me up a little bit.
I think she was until she met Kelsey. I think Kelsey's probably showing her some things.
You think Kelsey might have turned her out?
Oh, yeah.
Which is my lucky number. I don't know if I've ever told you that.
My daughter knows that.
I want to say thank you to the members of the Recording Academy for voting this way. But I know that the way that the Recording Academy voted is a direct reflection of the passion of the fans. So I want to say thank you to the fans by telling you a secret that I've been keeping from you for the last 2 years.
She just knows how to work.
Right.
This is her announcement of her new album on the biggest stage of all.
I've already prepaid for one, I'm sure.
You sound defeated, Jay.
Defeated.
Which is that my brand new album comes out April 19th. It's called The Tortured Poets Department. I'm gonna go and post the cover right now backstage. Thank you, I love you. Thank you.
I mean, the bitch just knows how to work, man.
She used
And
the
I'm a
award show as a
Swiftie.
PR.
Yeah, I mean, use the biggest, most legitimate stage. I mean, this stage is all about music, right?
Sure is.
Right.
And it's all about the highest honor of music. And let me use that, because I just won one, to announce my new album of music that comes out on such and such a date.
That she wrote and she produced, and no more Scooter, whatever his name is, because she does it all now.
And Shaq saying, I'm going to tell you something. Man, that Taylor Swift, man, she's really, I mean, I don't know, I can't do my good Shaq imitation.
That's pretty good.
But he gets it. He gets how hot of a brand she is right now. And who wouldn't want to sit by her at the Super Bowl? I mean, your brand value just increased.
Skyrockets.
Yeah.
You'll be on TV half the Super Bowl if you're next to her.
All right, Shaq, I'll refresh it, Willie, here. So I've learned the games on it. When it doesn't fire, then I go to refresh. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Long Johnson. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I just want to let you know.
Oh, something's happening. At least it's not Pfizer.
No, this is a rail song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you even want to skip that ad?
I know.
How proud were you last week when you find out your daughter is a McDonald's All-American? I mean, what an incredibly, huge honor for a high school basketball player. How proud were you?
Super proud. My mother, her mother and I were elated. We're happy for her. I can remember with her being the youngest and me playing with the other kids, I wouldn't let her play. I would she wouldn't cry, but she would get mad, and I kind of liked it. I'm like, nope, you're too little. So I always told her, you're too little. So she always had that fight in her. But
And now look at her.
she's done everything, we've asked her to do. She's a beautiful young lady. Never gives us any trouble. Plays hard, is having fun playing the game. Because I tell my kids all the time, we don't need another basketball player. So if you want to play. If you don't want to play, that's fine with me. But she's doing great, having a great high school career. She's going to go to Florida, hopefully to the WNBA, but I'm happy for her.
Amazing. And Super Bowl coming up in less than 2 weeks now. Shaq's Funhouse, always one of the best parties the entire week. How excited are you for Shaq's Funhouse? You got Diplo huge, and you got Wayne.
Now, does Shaq, Lummy, every year have a party in the city, and it's called Shaq's Funhouse? Yep. They charge like the common man like $2,500 to get in, and they let all the celebrities in for free, and so that all the locals just think that they got to go to Shaq's Funhouse.
Yeah, along with Diplo and Lil Wayne.
That's awesome.
So Snoop Dogg may make an appearance.
Is there a way to find out? Like, can you buy tickets to Shaq's Funhouse?
Let's see if I can see him. Find him.
Which, I mean, amazing. It doesn't really get better than that.
And I got a lot of people coming in town. Hopefully my boy Snoop will be in town.
Hey. Who wins the game, Shaq? Chiefs or Niners?
I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs, my boy Travis Kelce. And I hope I'm sitting in the suite next to Taylor Swift. Hey, Taylor, love you.
Man, when you are a huge enough brand where Shaquille O'Neal, who is a huge brand, is kind of like,
marking out to her.
Getting on your tip.
Where do you think he's going to be sitting at the Super Bowl?
I sent you.
I bet he sits next to her.
Bob, I sent you the website. Tickets. There's some tickets available still.
All right, hold on here. This is for Shaq's Funhouse?
Yeah.
So Shaq just rolls into town, gets a couple of promoters to find a venue, and puts together this huge party. And so he makes millions, and he goes to every Super Bowl because you're such a huge
star,
star that you can pull this off. You can have a party in every city that the Super Bowl's held in, and this happens to be held in Vegas. So then now increase, how many different venues are looking for huge parties, and these venues and casinos, these clubs and these venues, they're 5,000-6,000, people.
Oh yeah, he'll be spinning too. He likes to
DJ Diesel.
Yeah,
I've heard him.
94% sold out. So here we go. Tickets, right?
Yeah.
It'll show us how much. Like if we're just Johnny Schlepp Boy living in Vegas and we think we got to be at this party, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what it costs. General admission tickets.
Oh,
here we go.
That's not very
terrible.
expensive considering.
Well,
Dan and
hold
I've
on.
been to a lot of Super Bowls, and some of those parties are so hard, if not impossible, to get in.
Is it just one day event?
This is like it's like a music festival too. It's like seems like a really.
It's at Park Carnival Park Music Festival. Yeah.
So
Multiple hours.
if it looks like they're all together the same, because it says all tickets grant you the same level of event access. So what would be? It sounds like a $99.99 ticket would be the same as a $3.99 ticket.
Yeah, and it's kind of jobber seats. So what you really want to see is the VIP tables.
Oh, there you go.
Is that based on time? Like the closer to the event, the more you have to pay, sort of
Correct.
thing?
Yeah, it goes to different tiers.
All right, so I want the
Go up a little bit, and then see where it says buy VIP tickets.
All right, here we go.
And it shows like a little map.
Let's see what's up.
Yeah, this is where the Diagos would be hanging.
Nice.
If we had to go to Steve and get it approved.
Yeah.
Let me see. So
If you just scroll over the sections, it tells you how much they are.
Oh, you can.
Oh wow,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a cool website.
Oh, this is a cool, and it shows you how much you're going to cost.
Yeah, those are 6,000.
Oh.
So let me know where's Shaq's. Where's Shaq going to be? Or is it?
That
is
looks
the
like the stage.
Is
Yeah.
the DJ booth like this? The DJ area?
Yeah.
thing?
No,
Okay.
no. It's toward that center because you've
Right
got
here?
the dance floor is going to be 50,000.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's a premium location.
All right. So if you got this box right here, that would probably be or a box back here, right?
Yeah. 50,000.
Or this box right here, the box right beside the DJ booth.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's see how much that costs.
Can you read it?
Hold on. Yeah, a large stage, 50,000.
Oh, just
Small
50 grand?
seats.
Small. Now hold on, this doesn't make sense. Small stage, 60,000, but a large stage is 50,000. Let's say we click on it and see what it does. Large stage table offers exclusive access to the backstage area and surround the DJ booth. They can accommodate 12 guests. So, and that's for $50,000.
So what's that then? What's the math there per ticket?
About 8,000 a ticket.
Look at this, Lemmy. They're all the
owner's table.
The cheapest I can find is 50,000.
4,000 ticket.
I'm sorry.
A person.
That's only 2,000 more than the third section of a Taylor Swift concert in New Orleans. The nosebleed is $2,000.
Lummy, look at this club configuration.
Yeah, I know, it's just
pretty
Is that a
place.
pool?
That's a pool, yeah.
That's a pool. And then this is looks like an elevated glass
So
in
it's
area.
outside? Is it during the day? Is it during night?
It's nighttime. It's February 9th.
So February 9th,
Oh,
outside.
2 days before the Super
Cold.
Bowl.
And it's at the Wind.
Cold.
Great
Club
facility.
Access.
Man, 50,000
To be outside.
to take a ticket.
In February.
That doesn't even that doesn't even mean you get to meet them or anything, right?
That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it means nothing.
Means
And
nothing.
what kind of bottle service you think you get with that?
Does that even
says,
include
unlimited bottle service?
Unlimited?
Oh,
Yeah,
unlimited?
unlimited.
Okay, well.
Well, there has to be an
I mean, I would
asterisk.
hope so for 50 grand.
But there has to be an asterisk beside unlimited. Like it's unlimited because I can be like, you know what? I'll take 500 bottles of Patron, please.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
probably only like one at a time.
It's unlimited well brands.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Nah,
if you
not
drink.
for 50
You get some
grand, dude.
Smirnoff.
Ugh.
Let me go to words, and when I come back, Michael Bublé. Is that how you say his name?
Close enough. I like it the way you say it better.
Isn't he an artist? Isn't he a
Singer.
song guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
A crooner.
Canadian singer.
Yeah, and then it was who was the other coach? Let me
For the NHL.
Not Will Ferrell, but anyway, the NHL, the National Hockey League, which the Lightning, let me have been on a hot streak.
Sure
lately.
have been. That's where they need to be, too.
And they had their all-star event this weekend in, was it Toronto?
Yeah, it's Toronto.
Was it Will Arnett?
Will Arnett. And I guess they bring in these celebrities to be the coaches.
Yeah, kind of like what they did for the NFL. Well, Eli Manning and Peyton.
Not the John Cooper or the next guy or John Totorini or anything like that. They bring in a couple of Canadian jobbers, these Canadian actors / song song singers, these famous people to be the coaches. Well, they do this press conference before the game starts, or before the skills part start, or before something starts, and this Michael Bublé dude is on mushrooms, and he starts talking about the microdose that he took, and then his buddy Will Arnett tells him, "Hey man, you might want to back this down. You're going to lose sponsors and stuff." And then he does a complete 180, and now everybody's freaking out as to, was he really really high on mushrooms, or was he playing the gimmick or whatever?
I think Kucherov was on mushrooms during the skills competition.
I think he was.
Man, he was in his own world.
They were booing him so bad.
Or you know what? He just didn't care.
No, they said they forced him to go. They forced him to go.
If he doesn't go, he gets suspended a game and fined $55,000.
Yeah, so they made him go to it.
Alex Ovechkin skipped the All-Star game one year, and that was his punishment. So now guys just don't skip it.
But yeah, he did score a goal.
In the first 10 seconds.
10 seconds of the game.
It was hilarious. The night before, they were booing him out of the building, and they didn't know what to do because once he exerted some energy,
yeah, and
made
actually
it look too easy.
And actually tried a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting into that. This and the guy, I think he is on mushrooms.
Really?
And is this going to end up? Is he going to get canceled by society?
No, they love him.
Hope not.
They love him. It's been reposted all over Twitter and Instagram. Everybody's laughing about it.
Isn't it amazing how society picks and chooses who they laugh at and who they cancel?
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think society picks it.
Who do you think picks it, Jay?
I think the media picks which ones they want to highlight and not highlight.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. I'm on the unhighlighted gimmick.
Time for another bathroom break. We'll make sure they wash their hands.
Gross, your mouth was open.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I said about some songs, but I think we'd get copyrighted. Irritates people. Perfect.
That one song that Michael Bublé does is really good. Do you like Michael Bublé?
I don't dislike him. I mean, I don't like. I mean, like Christmas music's okay.
Yeah, the feeling good song, you know.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
You know I'm feeling good.
My wife listens to Christmas music like all year long.
You do?
My wife does.
Really?
She loves it. Yeah, she watches
She
like
doesn't
she,
just like
instead of
season?
watching like murder mysteries, what she used to do, she watches like Hallmark Channel and Christmas movies and shit like that.
All year round.
Most of the year. She's cooking dinner, I'll come home and there's like fucking Christmas music on, which
Really?
is I don't. Yeah, it's fine. It just makes her happy.
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
either that or she and Sater singing Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah. Your wife is a Swiftie, you think?
Since going to the show, she is definitely.
Yeah.
And we're both of the mindset that our daughter could be into much worse things than Taylor
Oh
Swift.
yes, yes.
So
yes.
if that's what she's into, I'm okay with it. I support that.
Hell yeah. Oh dear. Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Oh, Macho put up another button, new button for you.
Uh-oh.
Look at it.
Yeah, dead. What is it? Something over?
I don't know.
And Snoop Dogg's voice.
Macho Man's humor is not the same as mine.
It's not the same as mine. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Ouch. Mm.
That's horrible. Yeah, House 83, they keep changing it.
The following broadcast is not for the mocha soy latte drinking, tree hugging, Birkenstock wearing crowd.
I'm not giving you a compliment.
If you tuned in by accident, get the f out of here now before all the beer drinking, whiskey shooting hellraisers find out. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Buck, $100. Had lunch with Buck on, I think. I don't even know what day it was.
They all run together?
Sometime last week.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Buck. Bob Cook. Thank you, Bob Cook, for the 100. PayPal, Cash App.
Eric Cool up 20 on the Cash App.
Thank you. all at the Bubba Army. Did you know that February is Heart Health Month in the United States, and more than half of the U.S. population would benefit from blood pressure support? Super B Heart Juice is the #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended way to support healthy blood pressure. They even promote heart-healthy energy without all the stimulants. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beets are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. Over 40,000 5-star reviews and counting. Support healthy blood pressure comes with a bonus. Super Beet Heart Juice support healthy circulation to not only get good blood pressure support, but also productive heart-healthy energy without the crash. Support your heart health with Super Beet Heart Juice. You can get a free month supply of Super Beet Heart Juice on all bundles and a free full-size bag of what, Lummy?
Turmeric.
That's valued at $25. It all starts and stops by going to BubbaLovesBeats.com. Get this exclusive offer at BubbaLovesBeats.com. Thank you, Super Beets. And they're tasty, too. I was listening to one of you guys stumble through an endorsement when I was gone. It's harder than it's harder than it looks.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Dan do a pretty good one time in the morning, but I could tell even Dan, the best reader and the smartest guy of all, was having a little bit. It's hard to make it flow and not sound like a big infomercial.
You make it look very easy, and whenever you're gone, it's painfully obvious when those organic advertisement drops happen, because we're always just waiting to see who's going to screw it up and how bad they're going to screw it up.
Go after yourself, Jay.
Dan, you read it like you were reading a teleprompter poorly.
Great, dude. Dude, you did it. Come on. You did it, bitch.
How do you get some Dan,
It's happening, Jen. It's happening, Jen. I need a Dan override. Dan override. Dan, settle down. Why are you so Dan, quick to he didn't mention your name.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Well, go F yourself. That's not very. That's not very.
Don't forget the bitch part.
Go F yourself, bitch. Dan, you'd be a little nicer to your brother.
I love Jay.
You feel like Arlene now, don't you?
She would never do that.
No.
I mean, you're trying to discipline Dan.
She's much more controlled than that.
Dan's out of control, borderline unhinged.
I think that's a good word.
Damn, Dan. You got a lot of responsibilities in life. You need to act a little bit more with some. I'm sorry. Let me use your brother's very own term. Maybe act with a little more decorum than you do now. You're running a little hot, Dan.
Okay.
Jeez.
Over trying to put Bubba over for being better than you. No, I'm better. I mean, come on. Bubba makes it painfully obvious. Say it again. When you're gone, Bubba, it's painfully obvious.
Hold on.
How bad everyone here does at the organic.
Go after yourself, bitch.
Jay, at this point, I gotta chime in and say, Jay, you already got it in once. Now you don't have to get it in again, okay, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Now I did hear there was a Jay override and there were 2 Anna overrides.
Yes.
I'd like to talk about that.
Yeah.
Now, Lummy, are we gonna have maybe for tomorrow audio of these said overrides? Maybe that would be better.
No, the override department's quit. It's terminated.
Oh, because
it's Macho, man.
Macho didn't like his Taylor.
You're such a little bitch, Macho.
He doesn't like getting heat at all. So over it.
For being so jacked up and such a manly man, you're a little bitch. Because I took a crap on your Taylor Swift override. Now all overrides are no longer in play. Come on now, be a team player, buddy. Jesus. Not every hit's a home run. Sometimes you hit a single or a double. Sometimes you strike out. Dan knows. Ask him.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we abandon Dan overall. Overall. So I do need to break down the overrides from yesterday. So let me, if you could have that audio ready for me tomorrow.
Okay.
Can you just let me? Did you write them down in your Bible?
I wrote down 2 out of 3 because one was but I can find it. I know what topic we were talking about.
Well, can you give me the topics of the 3 overrides? 2 were on Anna, and
Oh, I know one of my overrides because I took a dump on Macho Man's
that's one I wrote
movie.
down,
So we
yeah.
watched this trailer and it was cool until about halfway, and then it got real corny, cheesy, and so I was taking a dump
Kinda
on
like
it.
my Unhinged.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
and then
she did reference Unhinged in there too. So
yeah, I did. I'm like, oh man, this is another Unhinged. And then I was talking about a movie that I saw and really liked, and we played the trailer, and then I got an override from Macho because he didn't like that. Fair enough. And then I just remember Jay's on Friday, and that was it.
Your first override was when you were going off on women's, I think, health, and then you and Seth started getting down a Jewish
rabbit hole.
A matzah hole.
Yeah, a matzah hole.
And then who enacted the override?
Macho hit the over, and then
Macho has really hit big on the overrides.
Well, Dan seconded.
Was Babyface behind it?
What, yours?
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. Babyface was.
No. So he didn't try to get that through Macho.
Hold on. You're saying that your override might have been blown in by Babyface?
It's what
It's
the
an
word on the
anonymous
street
source,
is.
Jay.
Word on the street is.
Listen,
Bubba.
It's an anonymous source that
Well, now
recommended
since
it.
when can a person not in the studio
Is he sending messages to people?
blow in overrides? Now you're just a bunch of override bitches at this point.
It might have been Dan. I mean,
I didn't do any kind of override. Dude. I had nothing to do with anything.
Who overrid Jay? I
Not
want to
me.
know the truth right now.
Oh, who overrid Jay that time? Oh, that was me. I thought you meant who made it.
Wait, you overrode Jay?
Lummy, put your three fingers.
I
on
hit the button.
Oh.
Okay, so who thought of the override of Jay?
We all did.
No,
Hey, I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, nobody passed a note around and said, "Do you want a Jay override check? Yes or no, bitch." Somebody took the mental step forward to say, Jay's irritating me right now. I'm going to enact a Jay override. And so that somebody can.
That's me. I said I recommended it. I was reading chat, and Jay was going off on a tangent.
Right.
And I obviously was reading chat.
Did you say Jay override?
Jay override. And I said, do we have a second?
And then Macho Man hit the button.
Yep.
Which
Who
was
made
already created.
It was already made. It was just created there, and out of the it was ready, Bubba.
Well, that's
Locked and loaded.
That's premeditated right there. I got to stick up for my
That's
client
first
there.
degree.
You're cross-examining him pretty good. I'm just gonna be sitting.
Jay override.
See, that was ready.
Jay override.
All right, now, see, now,
That wasn't
hold on.
made.
I'm asking the questions here. So, Lummy, was this sound effect right here? Hold on.
Yes.
Jay override. Jay override.
Was that already produced by the time Jay sat his little ass in his on-air position?
Yes.
Well, then it was premeditated. I got to throw it out. Fruits of a poisonous tree, bitch. Get the hell out of here.
Who
Right.
produced
Jay,
it?
right?
They were anticipating it.
No, but I mean,
Yes.
like me
We
using
didn't have to use it.
me using my legal terms.
So who
I'm
created it?
Throwing it out.
It's out. The whole thing's
The
poisoned.
override department.
Well,
The
see,
override, which is no longer in effect, apparently.
yeah, because he's mad that he came
been
up with
dismantled.
because he came up with a Taylor Swift override.
Taylor Swift, override. That dumb bitch, override.
What does it say?
Taylor Swift, override.
It's Snoop Dogg and it says Taylor Swift override. That dumb bitch override.
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift, override. That dumb bitch, override.
Why can't we play that every day?
Oh, so you're co-signing with Macho Man that you like this, Jay? You like Dan? You like this?
Taylor Swift, override. That dumb bitch, override.
Yes.
It's second by Dan.
He thinks.
Second.
Oh, okay, well then there it is. It's an override, even though I don't.
Sustained.
I'm a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie, so I think you guys are being unjust. I think you guys. Anybody who doesn't like Taylor Swift is jealous.
Yeah.
And she's way over, and you're not.
We get a blast.
Name 10 players.
Looks like a transvestite.
Name me 10 players on the
Override.
team.
Macho Man, what?
She looks like a transvestite in her makeup. How's she pretty?
I think you can say that.
Let's not go there, Macho Man.
So he damned it up there.
Bubba, can I put my 3 fingers down?
Mach went off in there.
Can you name me 10 players from each team?
Yeah, you can take off your fingers, let me. You talking to me?
Anybody. Because all they're doing is talk about Taylor.
Donovan Smith.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
Can you,
Mahomes.
Dan?
No.
Travis Kelce.
About any team?
No.
Okay.
You probably
There's
can't
my
even-
cross-examine. Now, another one, Bubba. He just fully admitted he's part of the team that made the determination. He just volunteered it.
What do you mean? Part of what team that made what determination?
That Lummy hasn't divulged to the part of it yet. The Bubba was just there. Who's part of the team that made that up?
I didn't make this team up, Jay. I didn't make this override crap up. That had nothing to do with that.
Not Dan. You're answering the wrong person. Lummy.
Yes.
Who was part of the team? Please.
Chat, Macho,
and
myself.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not me.
Not me. Told you.
Well, I think it was funny. I love
Conspiracy
all you guys.
boy.
I have no idea what happened afterwards because I had a blackout.
So, Jay, here's the thing. If you could just, even though Jay's override's not valid, I'd still like to hear it nonetheless. First one of the day.
Okay.
I'd like to hear it just to see what indeed he did to irritate you to initiate said override. But I must say that said override was already predetermined. You guys had premeditated that Jay was going to do something to piss you off, and so it didn't organically happen where he pisses you off and you guys build one.
Well, it came from Tuesday.
But the thing is,
so he pissed you off on Tuesday.
Well,
you had one ready for him on Friday,
just in case.
That's awesome.
Well, that almost. I mean, if I'm gonna be intellectually honest, Jay, this doesn't rule in your favor. If they built one after you irritated them on Tuesday, then it's not as premeditated as if they just built one out of the blue on Friday. So, I
have to understand the factual foundation upon which this override is built, and then maybe I'll agree with it.
Okay, whatever he said. I
don't know what I said. I'm really now starting to rack my brain. What did I say?
What did Jay say to get an override on Friday?
He just was going on a little too long on a topic that we were ready to move on from, and just continuously.
That may have been my fault.
I don't even remember, but people in chat were like, "All right, Jay, let's move on," and Jay just kept going on and on and on. And then Tuesday, the same kind of thing. I mean, I'm just reading chat. It looks like Eric C20 says, "I love Jay Override." Cash up.
If it brings money,
I can't believe
hit that override.
I can't believe Dan didn't get an override. Dan was not. He wasn't irritating, or overbearing, or anything.
I was playing. I was a team player.
He was dancing.
I tried to just answer questions when she was asking.
Yeah, it was my fault.
Then
I take full responsibility for any overrides.
For the 2 Anna overrides, what were those about?
Like I said,
one of them was about Tay-Sachs.
I asked him, not you.
Sorry.
What's Tay-Sachs?
That's what we were talking about.
If you can pipe down your hole
the
a little
Jew
bit.
thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then, yeah. Her and Seth were...
Hold on, it's funnier Lummy telling me about Jew stuff than you.
I guess Tay-Sachs, I don't know, Anna and Seth were just going on for...
Down a Jewish rabbit hole?
Oh, yeah, like the whole segment, and everyone's like, are we a Jewish show now, or is this the Bubba show? And we hit the Anna override, and then the next one was...
That sounds like a very, very, very properly timed override.
And then the other one was she mentioned some documentary that she was watching from like a year ago, and Macho hit that
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, which is a 3-hour movie that no one's watched and no one wants to sit and watch for 3.5 hours. And so hit the instead of having to play the trailer again for the third time, we hit the Anna override. And
who hit that one?
Macho hit that one.
That sounds like
it's a great movie.
That sounds like a legitimate override as well.
And seconded it quickly.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
There you go. All overrides were seconded.
Yes,
including Jay's.
Who seconded Jay's?
I did.
You first did and seconded?
Well, no, Macho hit the button, so he agreed with me.
Okay.
Because I even though I asked for it, I wanted to see if
it was a Macho, Lummy second.
Correct.
Yeah, you hear how he tried to clump me into that earlier?
I did, Red. I didn't believe it for a second. I got a Red thing going on with him like pity, dude. Red and I are cool. We're bonded.
You and redheads.
Sorry, buddy.
You're attracted to gingers, aren't you?
I am. I'm redhead friendly, dude, and he would tell me the truth.
Here we go. Here's Michael Bublé that's on mushrooms. Who cares?
Another redhead?
Who cares that a guy's on mushrooms? Like, he didn't go out and get into a car and run over
go to a
family.
Florida Man radio event and start crying.
Yeah.
He's a singer. They just sing.
Shut up. Oh, I even had it all loaded up so that it wouldn't have to.
I know, you did so well.
Have you been looking at one of these, Bubba?
Apparently, the word of the day is...
No, I've not said I needed a saw. I want to borrow a saw. I need a saw.
Every time you say that, we get more ads
but
for
I
it.
keep getting all these saw ads, and I don't want to.
I was getting dildo ads when I was up there.
I wonder why.
Because all you do is talk about dildos.
Shrooms. We started with shrooms, and we're back to shrooms. After Darius Rucker's arrest, police say that he had shrooms on him. Well, Michael Bublé is at the NHL All-Star Game, and actually he's in a very high-profile spot. He's one of the captains, one of the honorary captains at the NHL All-Star Game.
Dude, he looks great for 48.
And it's in Toronto this year. I think that's why they have Michael and Will
Michael's
Arnett.
Canadian?
Famous Canadians. But after they had a ceremony last night, they were picking teams, and then afterward they had a news conference where Michael revealed that he had taken shrooms. There's some question about whether he did or he didn't, and there's a very good reason for that. But watch.
Well, the question
and listen.
Too is if he did, how many?
Yeah, well, watch and listen to how he was delivering this news.
My buddy told me this is just a microdose of mushrooms, and he was lying. So I'll be honest, I thought I was in blades of glory for most of the time that I was out there, until it sort of settled down, and then I realized, holy I am at the NHL All-Star Game.
So it sounds from that
So he's like, I was somewhere else, but then it came to me after I calmed down a little bit that I was actually at, the NHL All-Star event, and I have a role to play here. And then I think Will Will Arnett kind of bails him out or throws him a lifeline here.
He actually did it.
And then Will Arnett went on to say, jokingly, saying, "Oh, well, there go all your sponsorships." And I don't know if that's what led to the next stage of the story.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Which was the backstroke. Michael Bublé going,
Yeah, he just...
No, I
moonwalked
did it. I don't know. And some people are they're questioning whether or not, which do you believe? Do you believe him saying he didn't take them?
It's weird that he sits there and tells this whole story if it's not true. I mean, that's why I kind of believed him at face value when he said
that he did have it.
Yeah, because he's saying this. I mean, this is not like 5 seconds.
I kind of feel on the same level as Harvey Levin. I feel as if, in this truest form, he is on a mushroom deal. And when you're on a mushroom deal, it might make you very transparent and not really know your surroundings. And once you gather your surroundings, you just blurt it out. And that, I feel as if this is the very front part that we heard earlier was really he was staying true to the game. And then he had to do an abrupt change.
This is 45 seconds. And yeah, it feels real. And then all of a sudden, when Will Arnett says that, it's almost like he
also was smiling a lot, like might have been on them.
I'll tell you what, guys. My shroomy senses are tingling. I've been to Coachella enough times to kind of detect this kind of thing. I'm reading this guy like a book, but I'll tell you what I think is going on. The sale, possession, and consumption and production of magic mushrooms is illegal in Canada, and I think he's covering his tracks here because he might not be looking good in the legal eye right now. So
Why? But wait a minute,
I think he
I thought you
backtracked
said
a little bit because of that.
You said legal or illegal?
They are illegal.
Illegal.
Right. Yeah.
Illegal. Okay.
Wait a minute. Will Arnett didn't clue him in on that. Will Arnett just said you could lose sponsors. So
yeah, maybe Will Arnett doesn't know, and maybe Will Arnett's not concerned because
how did Michael find out to reverse course?
Probably after all of this, because it was at dinner. Some hours later, he was with YouTuber Steve Dangle. He's apparently a big hockey figure, a big personality, and they were probably like, get something out there to kind of clear the air here. And he was eating bread and said bread was the issue.
Well, that doesn't make it any more believable.
My name is Mac from Arizona. My opinion is if my friend offered me to do that while I was about to go play hockey with some celebrities, that's something I wouldn't be able to pass up myself. So I don't blame him. More power to
This guy's a real mushroom head. He's like, man, I can't blame him. They're pretty damn good.
Michael there.
Yeah. The more I think about this,
he might have expanded his fan base.
I think he did it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Actually true.
What used to get you canceled now potentially could make you a bigger star, right?
Yeah. He's a lot less stiff to people, I'm sure.
There you go. Wow. It's just amazing who they determine to cancel and who they determine not to cancel, right? Because some people could be like, oh, my God, he's on mushrooms. It's illegal. It's a very bad look, blah, 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 blah. We're going to cancel him. But instead, he gets the, hey, Michael Bublé is even cooler than we thought he was because he likes mushrooms.
Yeah.
This guy here, Lummy, he's very well known in Houston.
Oh, big time gambler.
And he's a big-time gambler, but he's like he sells mattresses.
Yeah.
And does he sell any? I think he sells any kind of furniture.
He's Mattress Mac.
Mattress Mac
is what he's known by.
And he has gone through these series of gangster-like commercials. What is he? Almost 80 years old.
I believe so. Yeah.
These are commercials for his furniture store. And
what?
Yes, these are commercials for his furniture store. And as you can see, the first one starts off that he's making some
lean.
Some lean.
He's 72.
And he's 72.
He's even got the double styrofoam cup and everything.
Double styrofoam cup, the Jolly Ranchers, the Sprite,
Codeine.
and the codeine's I assumed already in the cup.
Yeah.
And he's making lean, and this is his commercial for his furniture place in Houston.
Now then, did you get chopped and screwed by a competitor who said they were going to hook it up, then went ghost when it was time for your delivery? Here at Gallery Furniture, you know, we stay knocking on doors like Pimp C and Little Kiki, and you know when
knocking on doors like Pimp C and Little Kiki.
You cop from Gallery Furniture in 4 hours or less, our delivery team is going to show up and show out because we don't do it for the clout. This is what Gallery Furniture and we are all about. We can't leave you riding dirty on that hand-me-down sofa. We need you to
We can't get you riding dirty on that hand-me-down sofa. We need you to shine so clean.
shine so clean with that new from Gallery Furniture. Text me, Mattress Mac, your triple.
He's got to double down on the ad techniques. He's had a rough year.
Yeah, but he's worth $300 million.
Yeah, but his picks haven't been doing well lately.
Yeah, because he's on the sippy sippy. I mean, he's on the sippy sippy, dressed up like a crip.
From the north side at 281-844-1963. I'm going to plug you in with $600 off your purchase of $2,000 or more because a real hustler like you got to be living lavish. And if your credit is all up, you know I run it like Chameleonaire and Slim Thugger. Pull up to any Gallery Furniture location.
He goes, I run it like I run. He said that he'll run he said he's gonna run your credit a certain way. Here, hold on.
You know,
here you go.
I run it like Chameleonaire and Slim Thugger. Pull up to any Gallery Furniture location. We're going to fight to get you financing like when I fought Muhammad Ali many years ago, the greatest of all time. Let's get it.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
God bless him.
I mean, you know
He's
what?
trying.
Jay, I know you and Dan are dabbling around new commercial ideas for Diaco Law. Maybe you guys ought to dress up like thug rappers and be like, yeah, boy, let me tell you something. You get in the fender bender and everything. You just call up your boy DJ J is in the house. Wiki.
Someone tried something like that once, and it was used as an example of what not to do for a legal commercial because they got flagged so hard for it. You don't.
I'll tell you what you do is you do it just. I'm in Ocala and I only get network TV. I only like for my antenna. And this what the guy's name is? Dan.
We talked about this guy.
My God!
Can we have an override for him?
No, I'm only going to mention him. If Dan Henson or
Newland.
Dan Newland. Oh my God! It seems like that's like the personal injury template now is to brag about how much you've brought in and then have these testimonials from a common folk, tell you, I got hit by a truck and Dan Newland got me $950,000. Thank you, Dan. Like it's the world's just caught up in this big numbers game. Like Dan, I often think you ought to do, $36 million boob jobs. Or something like that. It's like society wants a number.
Like McDonald's, millions, how many millions sold?
Millions and millions sold.
Now it's billions.
Billions. Yeah. I remember it was like 15 million sold.
Yeah, I remember then it'd go up to like 16 bucks. Oh, just another million. So that seems to be the personal injury. That or Brad Culpepper and her partner and outside of a fake courtroom where they throw the card at you and it hits the screen.
Yeah, doggy.
And a styrofoam cup with Danny and some syrup. Was that the one
yeah.
from the new TikTok?
Yeah.
With his bandana backwards going. Some sort of a rap.
Yo, let me tell you
Ben
something,
Shapiro
man.
rap with
Yo,
Dan.
Yeah, let me tell you something. This is Dr. Dan Diaco, but I happen to be in my law office right now because I be straight pimping.
Bitches.
Let me tell you something, man. I already done 2 nose jobs in the Brazilian butt lift before I came down here to the legal office, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know that would work.
I don't know,
I'd like to see it, though.
But on the number thing, I was trying to think of numbers that would be different than money, which is like, how many cases I've handled in 30 years. It's tens of thousands. How many depositions I've taken, is thousands, hundreds of experts.
All you
those
gotta
types
say,
of things.
Listen. I hate to be
Linda.
Listen, Linda. I hate to be narcissistic about this, and I'm somewhat joking, kind of. But all you got to be is like, I am the guy that got Bubba the Love Sponge on. I mean, hi, I'm JD Acco. And when you thought Bubba the Love Sponge was going to go to prison, I am the one that, or whatever.
Well, my firm was involved in that too. Steven was just the guy behind the scenes in that one. But you're right. I mean, honestly, that's my biggest trial in my life. And we talk about it way too much, but absolutely, positively, by doing that trial and having everyone watch it under those circumstances, all the local lawyers saw me in the pit, and no one gets to see you in the pit like that. And so that has been the single most important thing in my professional career.
Very rarely,
as an event.
Very rarely is your pit as a lawyer is because you'll be in the pit several times.
Every lawyer gets in there
in your career. But very rarely is it televised.
Yeah.
It's just very rarely.
With the controversial client and a controversial issue and a controversial plaintiff and all the circus sideshow issues. And I mean, it was live streamed every day. And, it was, you know how it was. I mean, the people that had the dead baby case and the cigarette case were pissed because you got all the air in the courtroom. So pissed that we couldn't even use the back door anymore.
I know. I thought. We have to go to words to stay on time, Lummy, but I thought I was in big time another federal deal going on with me last week.
Oh no,
another one?
Yeah, last January. I'm sorry, last Monday, I get this federal jury form that I have to be at the courthouse this past Friday. At the Sam H.B.Z. Gibbons federal,
the real one,
yeah, for jury duty,
really,
on a case that looks like it gives you an estimation 3 to 5 weeks.
Oh,
and so I wasn't gonna be in town.
No, you're working.
So they had this form that you go online and fill out, but I was already past the time. I was supposed to have it turned in by a long time ago, and I was way late on that. And then you had to hand fill out a form and send it to the courthouse. So I hand filled out a form, said I'm not going to be in town. It sounds like somebody's. Did you guys hear that? Yeah, what is that?
I don't know what that was.
And then there's
that was me because I was maybe a paper.
Damn. So anyway, I was requested to be at federal trial and be a juror, and I just put I was going to be out of town, and that I'm Bubba the Love Sponge, part of the media, but I did not get it in on time. I was 3 days late, and they said if you don't get approved, you're going to could be held contempt in court and all this kind of deal. And Jay, if they'd come get me just because of who I am. So anyway,
but you'll never be picked for a jury in your life ever if you have to sit in a room and answer questions because of what you've been through. Never. You will be eliminated immediately because one of the questions is, do you know anyone, or are you personally, have you been involved in a crime or been charged with something where you feel as though the police were on the wrong side of it, or have you been on the wrong side of an insurance claim? And so you'd say yes to all of that.
Well, I'd say I'm part of the media.
Right. I mean, you should get out. I should get out as a lawyer, but I've seen various things as a lawyer for clients that make me have skewed opinions about whether I can be unbiased as a juror. You certainly do too.
Yeah.
Could you sit in an unbiased way in any juror?
No, I wanted to be on my phone so bad.
You'd be the foreperson, and they'd do exactly what you wanted.
I'd be like, man, I could never be in a jury because I'll be like, hey, Your Honor, you know what? I'm going to go back and talk about this case on my show tomorrow morning. they got to let you. I mean, they can't tell you can't,
Yes,
right?
they can. No, of course they can.
They can tell you you can't, but they have to believe you.
No, but
you
hold
won't.
on. But hold on. They can tell you can't,
Yep.
but they can't really stop you.
Yeah, you can. You'll be removed the next day.
No,
and
that's
then you
what
could
I'm
be,
saying. That's
but you
what
could
I-
be sanctioned for that for sure.
But that's what I want. I want to be off this case and back on the air. So if you pick me, I'm just telling you,
You could be a troublemaker.
Well, yeah, then you're gone.
I'm part of the media, and I'm going to talk about every aspect of this case on my show.
Well, if you got
And
past
they say, well,
the personal,
you can't, Mr. Clem. Well, the hell I can't. I mean, you can be there physically to put tape on my mouth?
well, then I remove you for cause. I'd say I'd like to have juror number 23 removed because he's shown that he cannot be fair and impartial as a juror. He's already going to make up his mind and he's going to violate the court's orders. Can we have him removed? And they'd say yes. Bye-bye.
I'd be like, peace out, everybody.
Yep.
Believe it or not,
Absolutely not.
everything you heard about him has been toned down for easier public acceptance. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
I don't know.
I'm off the.
Oh no,
Not for-
not for the jury stuff. No, it'll be fine.
The feds roll up while there's a live racing going on. You take them out.
exactly. I'd love to be on a jury. I'll just never be on it. What's up, Pippi Short Stroker, Gold Egg Layer, Snizuki? What's up, everybody? What up, Big Lunger? What's up, Organic Gene? How you doing, buddy? CC Hall, it's Jay sitting in Dan's seat. What up? What up, Rupert Lips? Steve L. What up, Steve? Hope you guys all had a great weekend. Brian Gilson, what up? John Tufts, what up, buddy? Jared Cothran. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, YouTube's almost getting to 1,000 viewers. That's nice. $1,600 on Rumble. That's amazing. What up, North Carolina surfer? Everything's good. There's waves here this weekend. Actually, it said today, this afternoon. I think I could be an expert witness, Gold Egg there. For like fees and stuff like that for lawyer stuff. Jay Costeco, what up, buddy? You're right about that, Steve. I always think that's so easy. There's this many people watching. Why shouldn't there be 1,600 likes?
Amen.
10% of you
Push
people
the
are,
thumbs
90% just won't hit it. Just hit it. Hermgrom, what up, buddy? Hey, my boy, Mernon. There she's 69. What up, buddy? Right back at you. up Highway 73. There's good snow out west.
And rain.
No, I think I heard like Utah, Colorado getting some really good snow.
I'm talking about California.
Oh, I saw that. They don't know what to do with it. Like, we got inch rain yesterday. They're all freaking out.
Oh no, it's bad though.
I know.
It's like seriously.
The infrastructure's just not made for it.
It's not.
That's a good reason, Bubba, Army Mom, and I've seen judges literally bully moms into saying, well, just because you don't have home care doesn't mean you can't be fair and impartial. And when you're a young mom in a room full of people and the judge says it, they're like, oh, you're right. I felt so terrible for that mother.
So, John Costica.
Thank you, Zima Bills.
Costica, thank you for your kind messages.
That's the right answer on the test, Bubba, Army Mom. 10 out of 10 times, because you're going to have your head where it should be, thinking about your kids. You're the fucking man, Xerxes. You know, there's a lot of really good places, NC Surf at Sebring. Turn 7's a great place. Turn 16's a great place. There's really not a bad place on the track.
Did you go racing this weekend?
I did not go racing this weekend. I judged a trial competition at Stetson, and Trey went to Drake on Friday night, so I had to kind of be around for that.
What was fast repeat 6 to 8 months? What do you want? I'm busy 54 months. PJ 32.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, Dan. That's what I thought. My buddy in Colorado said that the snow is great. Not New York yet. That's good. Snow just sucks in New York.
And no regret associated with anything they do.
You are refreshingly vulgar.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Now, Lummy, is it time that I can promote this?
Yes.
Leesburg Bike Fest?
Yes, you can.
Go to leesburgbikefest.com and get all your tickets, and I'm assuming there's camping and all kinds of things. It's a 3-day event that's happening over in I think it's in Leesburg. Discover Lake County, Florida presents Progressive presents Bike Fest 2024. It's happening in April, so you got plenty of time to get all situated. April 26th through the 28th. Go to leesburgbikefest.com. Friday night on their stage, they got Low Cash Cowboys. Saturday, Sugar Ray, and then Sunday, Austin Snell. So that's their music lineup. It's presented by US 102.3 Lummy, which I listen to a lot.
Nice.
Up in Orlando. I'm in Ocala. And I'm in my little Sunbelt skid steer with my little Harley rake. Just Harley raking away, and I got the air on. It's and the skid steer that I got, Lummy, happens to be one it's a closed cabbed one where you can have the air going.
Oh, it's gotta be nice.
Oh, I just turn the music on and turn my phone off, and just become one of nature with the track. So is Tucker in Russia? Or does he have plans to go to Russia?
He's been spotted in Moscow.
So they took it upon themselves to make this Tucker promo. Now, is this from Russian TV, or is this Tucker stuff?
I think they don't know exactly why he's there yet. They're speculating he may have an interview with Putin or something like that.
It's
a good get.
That would be the get, would it not?
It sure would.
Because Tucker would ask the hard questions like Putin. Are you really a dick? No, like seriously, are you really a dick, or do you have some compassion, or are you just a dick? You know, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think if you're just a regular reporter, you can end up, maybe in the bottom of one of the seas around there. But if you're Tucker Carlson, you're too high profile. You can't kill him.
Well, watch what I believe they're going to do is they're going to try to make it out like Tucker is a Russian plant, whereas Barbara Walters could talk to Fidel Castro, Putin, the Ayatollah Khomeini, everybody. And so if you're really journalistically honest, this is a great get, like you just said. What the heck is he going to ask him? I think there's nothing off limits, right?
No, I don't think with Tucker, I don't think Tucker necessarily would do an interview where he had a lot of restrictions.
Right.
I
mean, obviously, it's a dictatorship. There's probably certain things he can't say.
Yeah,
They're going to kill you.
Yeah, but you can't kill Tucker Carlson. You may be able to. I'm sure the Russians have the ability, like they're the ones that's taping it, and they have the ability to maybe potentially edit out whatever. Like if they're not going to give Tucker's people the final say-so as to what goes out.
You think he gets the unedited raw clip?
No.
Well, I think Tucker's been very vocal on the fact that he doesn't think that the United States should be getting involved in the war with Ukraine and Russia. So, that is favorable, press for Putin.
Right.
So I think he would be open to having an interview with him.
Yeah. Here's what is running on Russian TV right now.
Russia, 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 Russia. Russia, 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 24.
Oh, damn. That looks like something's coming.
Yeah. I mean, I even, it really doesn't matter who put it out. They're certainly, letting you know something's coming.
That's a teaser.
I like it.
I do too.
I like it.
And he might be the only guy that can pull it off. Joe Rogan could pull it off, but
Megyn Kelly's spoken to him twice, she said.
Oh, she
not since the war though, but in the past.
She's a legitimate journalist.
Yeah. Poor Tesla.
Poor Tesla.
Poor Tesla.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. They have. Did you see they're recalling almost every 2.2 million Teslas in the United States are being recalled.
Ooh.
And it's almost every Tesla that's been made in America. And it's not. Did you see the reason why, Jay?
Yes, the font size is too small, and the instrument panel for the brake, parking, and lock bracelets in the morning lights.
Come on. I mean, if you have a real problem, like there's a front brake caliper that tends to stick,
airbag's not working,
airbag doesn't work, or even the tire pressure sensor. Is a default, and it shows you that you have, far more pressure than you have. Like, it's just, there's a lot of even stupid knick-knack stuff like that. But the font is too small on the instrument panel. That is, you know what that is? That Chevy Ford, the competition.
Oh, yeah.
Just, conjuring up some type of complaint from Susie Homemaker in Des Moines, Iowa.
That's interesting. You think they do that? I bet you they do.
Oh, hell yes, they do. Because you know why, Jay? It costs money. It costs money.
You got to defend it all.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, so that, a hotshot engineer from Ford would be like, hey,
that looks too small to me, that font, Mr. Other Engineer Bubba. What do you think?
But here's the thing. There's probably an actual guideline within the car manufacturing world that the font has to be a certain size.
There is now.
For the average American to be, they take old people and young people, and they take an average that it has to be, 12 point or 10 point, or there's a way to gauge the size of font. And you know that within the American, domestic car, truck, vehicle manufacturing, that there is a rule by how big your font has to be. And Tesla never thought of that or whatever. And now their competition's laying the woods to them.
It looks like you don't have to bring it in, and it's just a over-the-air software update.
See, that's a good thing about
free of charge to fix the issue.
All right, so they can fix it right through your phone. Like my sister's Tesla, everything's through her phone. Everything.
Really?
Everything. One time I was driving it, and she had the ability to turn. I was going 118, and she had the ability from her phone to quell me down to the fastest I could go. I had it floored with 65, so you can actually put a governor on it.
Yeah. California wants to do that for every car sold there new after 2027.
Meaning, like, the government has the right to say,
slow you down.
Exactly. Can't go. No car it will be permitted to go more than 10 miles an hour by governor over any speed limit, and they'll know by geo-tracking where you are and how fast you're going, and your car will be prevented from going faster than that in California right now.
That's horrible.
It's coming up. Yep. Isn't that nuts? So what are people going to do? Buy a car in Arizona?
Uncensored.
Yes, a lot.
Unflappable.
I drink dirty bananas and lay by the pool.
And uneducated.
Unhealthily. Is that a word? Unhealthily.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
No, Danny, I don't know when did he become such a wimp on the space heater?
Because he has a cold core because of the smoothies.
Oh, is that his excuse?
That's what Babyface said.
What was it, 2027? You covered that last week. The governor on the car. Maybe it was 20, yeah, we covered it here. Say it again?
2027.
Oh, good, that's what I said. That's crazy. That'll be here in a minute.
I don't know if the bill passed yet, though.
I don't think it's made it to Governor Newsom's desk yet.
Oh, it's from the Scott Wiener guy out of San Francisco.
But you just see where they want to take the government's overreaching authority over cars.
Oh, of course.
You've driven too much this week. You know, not only can you not go 65 miles an hour, you can't go more than 200 miles a week or something, you know?
Yeah. Danny Jean.
Well, why does Killer Mike get a hall pass? You know, we're shooting that story right now.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't that like odd? And if they're not calling it the last yet, they're determining what they're going to do, and like the article literally says.
I know.
It must feel like an emotional roller coaster for Killer Mike and his fans after an after. I mean, or he assaulted somebody at a security guard at a gate because he couldn't get in, and that's not appropriate.
Not okay. Yeah.
I did Tampa Terry.
I see the video of him getting
Yeah, it's crazy. Because he's on like Bill Maher giving his opinion about progressive ideas, like he's some above reproach, and that's why I think gets a hall pass. He was just on last Friday, I think.
On Bill Maher?
Yeah. Yeah, I recognize that Bubba Nation 23, but the point is that's the precursor to where it's going. That'll happen. They're going to try to do those things. That's exactly what I'm doing, Rob Green 3. backwards. Stay safe, Jason Hepner. Oh, that's funny, Gamble Boy. I haven't really paid much attention yet, my alibi, but I think I'm ultimately going to have to. My gut's always to defend, and I don't know enough to defend whoever's being accused. You know what I mean? It's like I got to know more before I even say a word. No, yeah. I don't know. Some pretty gnarly accusations.
So he's into some freaky shit.
Time to draw the line. Welcome to new levels of insanity and depravity.
Yeah, we're talking about
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Seth will be joining us for a podcast-only after show that's available wherever you get your podcasting. Also available at Bubba Army HQ. A lot of people going to sign up for that. I think we're over 60,000, maybe 70,000 on grunts alone.
Yeah, nice.
So thank you so very much for that. That's BubbaArmyHQ.com. One-stop shopping. Let me check my PayPal, see if we got Dave. Of course, Buck from Charleston was my last. And no, John Kostika. God bless his little still slinging soul. $100 PayPal and Cash App only. We've been banned from Venmo because we do too much
business.
Yeah. What's going to happen? I mean, I know that her husband relinquished his job with the GOP, head of the GOP in Florida, the Zieglers, but now they're not going to press charges on him, I guess. This is the same, this is the 12th Circuit, Jay, that you're somewhat familiar with.
Here's the thing, is the first day that we covered the story when Lummy was talking about the video and what the video said, that she said, what was she saying?
Don't finish on my new shirt.
Right. So I said, if they have a video of that, then how's it non-consensual? And so this doesn't surprise me. It seems like the Republican power struggle. They don't like this guy. He's out. It is inappropriate 100% from the sense of if you're some conservative Christian right-wing, Republican and you're claiming to be holier than thou art, and this is what you're doing, then you probably shouldn't be in that position. But did they commit a crime?
Probably not. Probably not. No, telling a man not to finish on your new blouse is not necessarily.
She just did laundry.
And it does acknowledge that you are familiar with what the act that he's performing.
And what he's about to do.
And what he's about to do, and you're directing him where you'd like him to put the stuff.
Is there anything, I know this might be a sensitive topic for you, but is there anything to suggest that she didn't know she was being recorded?
Vegas
I
Bubba
don't
Army
think so.
25 on the Cash App.
Because then they would have gotten the syrup. That would have been an easy prosecution because in Florida it's a two-party consent state.
I think that they're potentially, that might be the charge that stands, is the voyeurism
Or at least
charge.
what she's trying to claim.
I was saying like two-party consent. You know what I mean? If you recorded them without their authority and it had the audio, you're in trouble.
We reported that the Sarasota Police Department would not be charging former Florida GOP Chairman Christian Ziegler with sexual battery.
And because of that, some new documents became publicly available showing us a new look into the investigation through the eyes of Bridget Ziegler. News Channel 8's Nicole Rogers joins us live, and this new document indicates Bridget didn't know anything about a plan to have a second threesome in the first place.
Keith, Stacey, it does say that. So the document says that Bridget told police that she did have a threesome with her husband and the alleged victim 2 years ago. But it also says that she told police her and her husband did not talk about doing it again. Amid a months-long rape investigation, Christian Ziegler was removed as chairman of the Florida Republican Party earlier this month.
I think the Republican Party was really trying to send the message
It's ugly,
that there's
Meredith.
no tolerance for that kind of ugliness at the head of their party.
But let's take you back to the beginning, on October 2nd, when this search warrant obtained by 8 on Your Side from court records says the alleged victim agreed to a sexual encounter with Christian Ziegler and his wife, Bridget. It goes on to say when the alleged victim found
Have they shown pictures of the alleged victim?
No.
out Bridget couldn't, she changed her mind and canceled with Christian. That's the details we knew leading up to the alleged rape. But this report,
Look at that redaction.
No, but then they got it sunshined.
less redacted, says when police interviewed Bridget on November 1st, she quote,
She is a smoke show.
She really is. She looks like a dirty
confirmed
birdie,
that she
too.
had participated in a threesome with her husband once 2 years ago. But the document goes on to say that Bridget said, quote, there has not been any talk about another threesome. At the end of the day, Sarasota police chose not to file sexual battery charges against Christian Ziegler, though he could still face a video voyeurism charge, something now in the hands of the state attorney's office. And political analyst Tara Newsom says no matter what happens in this case, Florida Republicans may be moving on.
We're really going to be looking from Evan Powell.
Now, this woman here is kind of like maybe like a PR person for the GOP. House mom conservative Willie kind of got a little bit of suggestive top on, don't you think?
I like it.
One button too low.
Doesn't she kind of look like an ugly version of Meredith?
She does. But
Or
look,
less hot, I should say.
but look at the top.
Yeah.
For him to try to remake the Republican Party in the state of Florida to, really run away from that ugliness that marked the Zieglers and to really focus on those traditional values.
See.
Traditional
values. And
So Sarasota police are not charging Christian Ziegler with sexual battery. As for if he gets charged with video voyeurism, that's now in the hands of the state attorney's office.
Yeah, the 12th Circuit.
Yeah.
Designed to bring the outdoor.
Sorry. What were you saying, Jay?
Nothing. I just think it's interesting that you have a videotape of something and then the difference in the way this one's been handled and then the one that we were dealing with.
Yep.
It just,
Hold on. Nobody wants to say it, but it's the Bubba factor.
I've been a part of it for many, many years.
It's alive and kicking. So California is just getting blasted with water.
Yeah, I reached out to all my people. They're fine.
Is it going to be okay? Is this weather porn on the other side of the spectrum? Like usually we are the star of weather porn.
That's funny. You're right.
Yeah, whereas this is weather porn that we're kind of an audience, a very far audience, You can't get any basically you can't get any further from where we are than California. I mean Seattle, Oregon, things like that. But I'm just Alaska.
Coast to coast.
Yeah, within the 48 continental, this is about as far as you can get. So are people in Florida going to pay any attention to this? And is this really they're making it seem like from the pictures and stuff that they're showing that like it's going to be like are these current pictures right here?
I think so.
Of people.
I think that was in San Fran.
So Anna can tell you just because she's from California, but the problem is they don't have the infrastructure to handle a couple of inches of rain. And so will Florida care about it? No, because we're going to hear, they're going to get 2-3 inches of rain. And we're like, we get that all summer long,
Right.
2-3 days a week. but 3, 4, 5 inches of rain there becomes
10.
like rivers through
10.
stuff.
Yeah.
Big Pine Mountains, 10.
Flash flooding potential.
So, now this is Los Angeles, right? This is Los Angeles.
I can't read it, but yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
saying Los Angeles almost 5 inches of rain. Pasadena 5 inches. Long Beach 4.08. Pass of 6 point. Will that kill? I mean, can California not handle that?
In some areas, yeah, especially those that are close to sea level, like Jay was saying, it's just the infrastructure is not really built for it. But the good thing is like a lot of California is on a hill. Like my dad lives on a hill, so he'll be fine. But people that are like close to the water may not be.
But don't hill people have to worry about mudslides?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean not where my dad is, but yes, they do.
That's what they're saying is the mudslides are a big concern. But if you're familiar with the geography of California, the beaches are not like our beaches where it's just flat.
No,
they're
it's like
a
off
big
a cliff.
mountain that's along the side of it, and so all the water that drains off that mountain comes down the roads into the beach cities, and they just don't have the drainage to handle it. So there's going to be mudslides, and the roads are going to be probably damaged and washed out. Water's
bridges taken out.
Yes, it'll be a real event.
They're telling people to stay off the highway and stuff.
Will Jim Cantorium be out there?
Probably.
Saying, "Oh my God, I'm on a bridge. It's falling. It's got 6 inches. We got 6 inches." Man, if we got 6 inches, it would not be cool. But I mean, we'd have some flooding, but we're not gonna I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
We handle that all the time.
Speaking of which, Lummy, I think it's time for us to get the hell out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Boom.
Seth will come in. We'll do a podcast. I'm sorry, yeah, podcast. Me, Anna, Lummy, Macho Man if he hasn't quit. Because I overrid his Taylor.
He overrode his Taylor.
But he got it in anyway. It got seconded, so it's in. So don't be a little bitch. Brett. And then at 12:30, I'll be live back here on all of our platforms with Tyler Turbo Herb and Devin Moran, Lummy.
Devin Moran.
The 99 car. They'll be back here at 12:30. We'll see you then.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Brett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.